Ìgbòho ṣá ìmọ́lẹ̀ Yorùbá ọlọ́ba máa kẹ́mi ló bá wà ó ṣá fún rẹ̀ ó bàjẹ́ tì. Èyí tán tó sùn masbe mo rí ẹ mbẹ mo kí gbọ́n ti Benin Republic ẹ bá ń kí ọba ọ̀ṣà. I love Janet. Shavy. Mo kí our comfort. Mo kí our first bank. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yà tí ń wọlé lọ́tún lósì. We're not using the software, so bear with us. Aago méjì ṣe fẹ́ lù ilẹ̀ ṣe mọ́ lọ́dọ̀ tèmi ni báwọn kan bá ti ń sùn ilẹ̀ ń mọ́ lọ́dọ̀ tèmi ni ẹni Ọlọ́run dá ṣẹ́bí ṣègbódòdó ló ń sọ níbo òdodo náà dà ó ti sọnù tipẹ́ MC King mo kí ẹ̀gbọ́n mi official soul ìmọ́lẹ̀ Yorùbá one ó ṣá ní bàbá ẹ fẹ́ gba Yorùbá nation ẹ fẹ́ fi ti gbowó ṣe abẹ́ ń dín bọ́ ni ọlá Ìgbòho gan làwọn gan ń jẹ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ aláì kò ṣá fún rẹ̀ bàbá ẹ̀ ti dárúkọ ẹ̀ bá ṣàyè yìí dára wọn náà ní pé ajá Ìgbòho ni wá yìí dára wá bá mi dá wọn lóhùn mo ṣe gbọ́ fídíò náà pé jẹ́ takọ́ lọ ṣe yìí dára ní gbogbo wa ni ajá Ìgbòho ẹni tó bá ti fi ti Ìgbòho ṣe we going nowhere ẹ̀ ń tọ́ra yín ẹni tó bá ti fi ti Ìgbòho ṣe ẹ̀ ń tọ́ra yín mo kọ́kọ́ kíyà tó bí mi lọ́mọ ó jíṣẹ́ yẹn délẹ̀ fún Koikimedia àti gbogbo ẹ̀yàn ọmọ Yorùbá ìyá yẹn owó ọkọ̀ nígbà tí mo ní ṣé ẹ̀ tún bá ń sáré lọ Benin wọ́n níjọ́ tó bá ti ready anytime tó bá ti fi rán mi iṣẹ́ màá máa bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ sí Benin Republic bàbá kí tó yẹ fọkànbalẹ̀ wàláì ẹ láwọn ọmọ tó dáńtọ́ dúró dáadáa sọ fún yín ọ̀tọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ gbogbo wọn kéré sínú ọmọ ẹ Tinubu gan á máa tọ̀ sára gbogbo wọn á máa tọ̀ sára lásìkò bá tó ẹ jẹ́ kó lọ play anthem wa we're not using the software so it's just gonna be in and out oye nísìn tábà ti lo software àwọn owó ọkọ̀ àtẹ ọkọ̀ yẹn ṣé Turkish Airlines ẹ fẹ́ bá lọ akọ ticket ẹnì ṣó ní Benin Republic mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ must be àwọn tó gba mọ́ sí lálejò nìyẹn must be ó ti rí yẹ nìyẹn wàláì tọ́ba sọ fún ẹ pé òun tó ń ṣe at least mọ́ sí mi ò kì í ṣe ghost a ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ mẹ́yẹ bọ̀ lápò ni wàláì. Iṣẹ́ wa fúnlẹ̀ wá orílẹ̀ èdè wa kàgbéga fàyè rí ìgbàgbọ́ wà ní pé láti bẹ̀rù làbọ̀ mọ́. Ká ṣiṣẹ́ ká jọlá ìṣọ̀kan àtòmìnira ní ẹ jẹ́ ká máa lépa tẹ̀síwájú ọ̀pọ̀ ire àtòhun tó dára mọ́ òògbà ìgbé bọ́ sípò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ. Ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀. Àwa ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀. Mo fi tọ̀wọ̀tọ̀wọ̀ mo fi kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọmọ káàárọ̀ òjíire nílé lóko ní gbogbo ibikíbi tó lúkálukú bá wà ní ọ̀gànjọ́ òru èní. Mo ní mi ní last man standing. Tí gbogbo àwọn mídíà bá ti lọ sùn èmi á ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ táwọn bá ń ṣe lọ́wọ́ èmi á máa sùn bí bá ṣàlọ ṣiṣẹ́ night àbọ̀rọ̀ mo yẹ nísìn ìmọ́lẹ̀ Yorùbá ẹ fọkàn balẹ̀ gbogbo yín. Mo kí gbogbo yín girama, gbogbo yín tẹ́ ń sọ pé ṣé ìrìn àjò yìí ti takú ni, mo ní láyé ó takú tì. Èyí tán tó sìn respect. Mo kí gbogbo àwọn mídíà back to back. Mo kí Lady K, mo ṣe gbọ́ yóò yí rárá tán ni ìdí mi tẹ́ ń gbọ́ ìyàwó mi wá ní pé oníkìní ó náà ti gbọ́ yẹn látànà ó dáhùn kí mi wà behind nìyẹn. Mo gbọ́ Máyégún general náà lálẹ́ yìí kọ̀ọ̀rọ̀ jókòó bí àwọn ṣáà ìmọ̀ àtàwọn ọmọ Oòduà dẹ̀ ti pọ̀ nínú ilé rẹpẹtẹ. Mo kí ọba òòṣà, mo kí ẹ̀yin Kétu Aláké, mo kí Ìgbòho dáadáa, okó àlejò ìyá Kóìkì Ìgbòho òòṣà, mo kí màmá tó bí yín. Àwọn kì í ṣe ghost ẹ̀rí ọ̀bí Tinubu dá kó múra báyìí ẹni kí Tinubu kó kọ̀ wọ sleeveless kó show body ẹ̀ àbí à ń ṣe ghost kan ní mí òun lè pọ̀ síbẹ̀. Àwọn kan ní mo wà ní London mo ní ẹ̀yẹn jẹ́ kó dé stage yẹn ẹ mọ̀ bí a máa sọ̀kalẹ̀ bí a ní sọ̀kalẹ̀. Ẹni máa kú ẹni máa kú ló máa kú ni. In that fight ẹ jẹ́ kí ó tó àsìkò ẹ mọ̀ bí àwọn kan máa sọ̀kalẹ̀. Èmi ò ṣàwọn tó lẹ́pọ̀n nídìí tó lè wá sálẹ̀ kí ló wà ń sálẹ̀. Àwọn ọmọ Ukraine wọ́n fi UK lẹ̀ wọ́n padà lọ sí Ukraine. Èmi ti kúnú wọn wọ́n lọ fẹ̀mí wọn sílẹ̀ pèsè àbá Russia fan tó bá fà. Even though pé Russia rò pé òun lágbára ìjà yẹn ṣì ń lọ nísìnyí. Bí Nigerian government bá rò pé òun lágbára ìjà yẹn máa lọ forever ni. Ó kù díẹ̀ ni. Ẹni kí Tinubu kókó ra bọ́ṣọ báyìí bàbá yín kò tó bẹ́ẹ̀. Ẹni kí Tinubu kókó ra wọ sleeveless bí Masbi náà ṣe máa ń wọ̀ bí Ìgbòho náà ṣe máa ń wọ̀ ẹni kó náà kọ̀ wọ sleeveless. Mo kí Ìbà Gani Adams lóògùn ọ̀fẹ́ o, mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yàn ọmọ OPC ọ̀tọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀. Mo kí Ọọ̀ni of Ifẹ̀ wọ́n ní palace side kan kò ń ṣe palace gangan wọ́n ní quarters kan jóná. Wá tún ṣe owó pọ̀ ńlẹ̀ l'Ọ̀ṣun state wá da owó bọ̀bẹ̀ nísìnyí within 3 hours wá da building yẹn padà. A kàn máa flow lálẹ́ yìí ni and I'm gonna open the phone line. Ẹni bá fi dá sí studio number nìkan tó bá ti mọ studio number máa pè. Ó pọ̀ ní bẹ́ẹ̀ mo sọ fún yín. Àwọn kan ní tógun bá bẹ́lẹ̀ pé èmi máa jókòó London láyé ara ticket mo ń bọ̀ nílé. Tógun bá bẹ́lẹ̀ ní Nàìjíríà àwa ń padà bọ̀ nílé. Ẹni máa kú ló máa kú. Ṣé àwọn ọmọ Oòduà ní kó wá máa jà? Ó kù díẹ̀ níṣẹ́. Kò sí tó ń bọ̀ lókè tí ilé ọgbà ilé ayé yìí náà ni. Bọ̀ Nàìjíríà kò lè dá láíláí. Mo gbọ́ program Máyégún tó jọ́ mẹ́ta tí mo ti gbọ́ program ẹ̀. I've not been listening to him for a while. Èmi gan busy. But my wife like to listen to Máyégún general. Kọ́ ìgbésẹ̀ lálẹ́ èmi ṣáà ń wò. Everybody still say the same thing. He might not be talking about Yoruba léraléra. Mo kí yín mọ́mí wa Sarah Oyinlọ́wọ̀. Mo kí gbogbo yín pátápátá láì yọ ẹnì kankan sílẹ̀. Mọ́mí wa Dúpẹ́ Agboola. Èmi àbúrò yín ọmọ yín náà ni. Ẹ ti ní ká focus. Èmi dẹ̀ sọ fún yín pé lórí ọ̀rọ̀ tìyá yẹn mo ti gbà sẹ́gbẹ̀. Ibi tá à ń lọ kò jìn. Ọ̀nà tá à ń gbà káàkiri ni. Gbogbo yín náà bẹ̀ ṣe ń pè wá lọ́tùn lósì lẹ́ sọ pé Kóìkì kí ló máa ṣẹlẹ̀? Mo ní ní tó bá máa ṣẹlẹ̀ ló máa ṣẹlẹ̀. Rẹ̀mí official mo kí kò sí tó ń bọ̀ láyé yìí tí ayé yìí ò ní gbà. In tó ń bọ̀ lókè tí ilé ọgbà ẹ̀rọ ni wọ́n nípa gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá ká tó pa wọ́n tán. wàláta almost 1 hour lè máa fi wàláta fi sọ̀rọ̀. Èèyàn mi ti èèyàn Koiki nìyẹn ó like driving fọ lórí. Tí bá pè nísìn ó lè máa bọ̀ mí báyìí wàláì. Tí bá pè wálé nísìn títí 3:30 ó máa dọ́dọ̀ mi ọ̀nà ti free. Tàbá dẹ̀ tó fẹ́ máa lọ Manchester akọ́ rẹ̀ pé sí mọ́tò ni. Irú ayé tá à ń fẹ́ fún yín nìyẹn. A fẹ́ too much. Àwọn kan nìyẹn a máa fix in Nigeria. The same program tí Mayegun General ń sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí òun náà lèmi náà ń sọ̀rọ̀. Ó kàn yàtọ̀ ọ̀nà tí gbogbo àjọ ń gbà ní. The whole conversation on Mayegun tonight was Nigeria is not going to work. Lórí constitution. Wọ́n ní Tinubu máa wá ṣe. Tinubu kẹ̀. Tinubu. Ta ló ń jẹ́ Tinubu? Tinubu kọ́. Tinubu ní. Orí ti gbálẹ̀. Ìyàwó mi dẹ̀ ti ní kí n máa àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ kankan sílẹ̀. Pé mo dẹ̀ like ìyàwó mi gan. Àti ìyá tó bí mi lọ́mọ. Mo fẹ́ fọ̀rọ̀ kan lé lórí ni. Mo kàn tó rántí pé ìyàwó mi tún ní baálé mi. Fi wọ́n sílẹ̀. Ìwọ ṣáà máa bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀. Bọ̀ àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ kan wà sọjú nù fún wọn. Mo kí gbogbo àwọn mídíà wa dáadáa. Mo kí bàbá ọmọ Abíọ́dún Chapel. Kí Waris Jinadu, a meaningful Yoruba land liberation broker will be a world affair. Diplomacy, technology, medical, tourism, economy, culture, world conflict resolution. Tó bá ti rí Yorùbá lọ́jọ́ ọ̀la, wọn ní lè ṣe nǹkan kan. Ta ló sọ pé àwa náà lè wà lọ́ndà Security Council? Mélòó ni British? Mélòó ni Britain? Mélòó ni population tó ń control àgbáyé? Mélòó ni America? The world is going to change. Sori map yẹn ló wà lẹ́yìn mi yẹn. Pé kò ní change yẹn, irọ́ lẹ pa. Shalom to every one of us. Mo júbà Elédùmarè ní gbogbo ìlànà tó lúkálùkù bá ń pè. I have Bible in the house. Mo ní Quran. Ìṣẹ̀ṣe náà dẹ̀ dúró confirm 3-1 ni. Bí wọ́n bá sọ pé ó fẹ́ ṣẹ̀ṣe problem tiẹ̀ nìyẹn. Ṣe problem tàwa. Bó bá fẹ́ Quran ó wà ńbẹ̀. English Quran. Èmi mọ Lárúbáwá o. English Bible ó wà nílé. Ìjẹ̀sìn kọ́ la gbé dání. A fẹ́ dá dúró. Àwọn kan ní ẹ bá lè ṣe fẹ́ dá dúró. Ọ̀nà wo lẹ fẹ́ gbà? Ó máa dógún gbẹ̀yìn náà ni. Ìgbà wo ni kò ní dógún? Ìgbà wo ni kò ní dógún? Tí Tinubu bá ṣe tán ní 2031 nísìn, ara yẹn á balẹ̀. Tinubu will be 87 years old. Kò ní àfi ń ṣépè fún kò lè ní strength tèmi máa ní at 52 years old. By the time tí Tinubu máa fi ṣe tán, kò lè ní strength tèmi máa ní. So whether they like it or not, a ṣì máa break Nigeria náà ni. Tinubu will be 87 years old, according to his official age now. By the time Tinubu finish in 2031, èmi ṣe fẹ́ wọ 60 years old. I will be 52. So ìgbà wo ni kò ní dìjà? And you expect us, me, to remain in Nigeria even after 2031? Ó máa dógún náà ni. Because the North wants the power back in 2031. That's what a lot of people don't know. Èyí ń wé ní àwọn wo projection 8 years. Conversation dem àti wà látàǹsọ nìyẹn. Àwa tí ń wo projection 8 years. Àníká tẹ̀ fi sílẹ̀ based on age tó ń lò nísìn. Tinubu will be 87. Ẹ má tẹ̀ sọ pé 89. Let's leave it at 87. Eré mélòó ló lè sá ní 87? Wàláì, tí bá lọ ṣe training dáadáa, bó ṣe ń yìnbọn, bó ṣe ń yin bọ́ǹbù, bó ṣe ń yin àkàrà, bó ṣe ń yin gbogbo ẹ̀, màá ṣe fit in another 8 years. If I go for a military training from now on. So ìgbà wo ni kò ní dìjà? So why should we get to that stage? Let's sit down on the round table and divide this, if you low long, I could have some children and our children are on a bank holiday, May 1st. So they're not going to school. Could mean anything, all this effort, but our ọmọlúwàbí Koikimedia, àwọn ọmọ mi dẹ̀ wo program, wọ́n dẹ̀ ń pè effort báyìí. Mo rí àwọn ọmọ kan ní orí bus, níjọ́ Friday. You know, mo mọ̀ pé mo popular, ṣé mo popular gan ni? Ọ̀rẹ́ àgbẹ̀ máa lọ máa wọ dark shade tí bá ti ń jáde nísìn. Bí bàbá yẹn ṣe wọ bọ́ọ̀sì báyìí. Ó ní Koiki, mo ní bẹ́ẹ̀ ni sà. I want to find more. These are the people we are fighting for, and those at home as well. I'm going to kick it right. I'm going to school. Proud of them. Is it the same thing in Ondo State? Check on in Ekiti State. Baba one be who is this? And when one woman, oh, I'm London. Oh, would you me by? That's Uncle Koikimedia. You know how I'm doing it. All about work, but Moki, Yara, Bemileke. Benny, at our life. And to bawa lórí WhatsApp group wa, Mama Janfani, I will give you 5 minutes ahead before I go live. But you have to be in that group. Moranyiri, you only post this in there. For prayer, for anything. If you do your prayer, on your general fashion king, or man prayer. 3 in 1 every month. Àwọn kan náà rí kélébé ó lè post sínú ẹ̀ ó bá jẹ́ spy bó bá jókòó sínú ẹ̀ ó lè rí nǹkan kan mú jáde nínú bẹ̀ ó bá lọ lo fake number kó wá jókòó sínú bẹ̀ you are wasting your time. It's just for information òyìnbó yẹn há mi lẹ́nu disseminating ṣé mo pronounce ẹ̀ dáadáa ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Ṣẹ́gun ọ̀nà mo ì tí ì rí àwọn tó mọ̀ òyìnbó dáadáa nìyẹn ẹ̀wọ̀n káwọ̀ law school. I'll go with any backpack ni máa ń gbé kiri ní London. Sure. 8 years from now, tí bá padà sí university the next year, I will still be able to gain something. Pẹ̀lú bí tí mo kàdé, mo lè lọ upgrade ara mi. Èyí tẹ́ ń ṣiṣẹ́ ní UK, Ọlọ́run bá wà pẹ̀lú yín. This goes to a lot of our healthcare workers. I watched a video of a young boy, well, a man, just, come across, who got pop up, no. Oniyan kan ní accident ní UK ní bíbá. She walked late night on her way back home. She slept on the steering. Ìyá mi comfort, grandma, ẹ̀yẹ́ máa wòran tí yàn. Wọ́n ní Koiki ò níṣẹ́. Though, just to say that, Mommy Debbie, she called me, she apologized. Woman tó ní kó fọlọ́pàá mú mi ní London yẹn. Wọ́n pè mí out of the blues. Mo kàn gbé call yẹn ni. Gbé sí speaker, ìyàwó mi náà ń kọrùn sọ pé kí lẹ̀ ń bó wa fún? Ṣé mi mo bà Nàìjíríà jẹ́ ni? Ṣé mi ni mo bà Nàìjíríà jẹ́? Ṣé mo ti bà Yorùbá nation jẹ́ débi pé ẹ̀ ń ṣépè fún wa, ẹ̀ ń bú wa? Wọ́n pè mí lóòótọ́. Yeah, distribution of information, which must be. We can't tell it's not easy buying data. Phone mail on my broadcast 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm using the laptop. We can't tell me MixLR. Are we full? Okay, Koiki do alile, Koiki ni. Allahu Baba. Okay. The woman called me. What now to buy me sorry? Because I didn't save a number. Chane mi ni Mommy Debbie. Ọkọ mi mo bẹ̀ ni. Mo Ọlọ́run náà la máa fi kọ́ra wa lọ́rùn. Mo fọlọ́run bẹ̀. Àwọn tẹ̀ mọ́ tó gbé àwọn dénú group yẹn rárá. Àwọn tí kúrò ní group yẹn kì í má bínú. Bla bla bla. Mo ní ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ mi o. In tó bá àwọn olúkálùkù ni kẹ́ sọ lórí wa àti gbowó àti àwa tá ń ṣe media. Ṣé mi gẹ́gẹ́ bí Ṣeun Òkínbalóyè ọ̀rẹ́ mi dáadáa ni. Ṣé in tèmi ṣe ni Ṣeun Òkínbalóyè ń ṣe? Ó ṣà ń ṣiṣẹ́ owó ẹ̀ tó wá di pé àwa lẹ̀ ń ránṣọ mọ́. Ẹ ká gbọ́n tí ìyá Debbie yẹn sọ. No problem. Wọ́n ní ọ̀rọ̀ tó ń sọ ló kó sí àwọn lórí. Sọ ọ̀rọ̀ tèmi tí ń sọ kò kó sí wọn lórí mọ́. Ẹ wò lé ayé bó ṣe rí. Wọ́n ní ọ̀rọ̀ tí àwọn tí other side wá ń sọ. I don't have to call their names anymore for now. It's not necessary. Ẹ ti mọ̀ tá à ń sọ. necessary. I don't have to give them all those necessary. No problem. Ṣẹ́ńgbọ́, èmi ò wọ́ọ̀ṣẹ́ mi o. Ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá lẹ máa mọ̀ bí a wọ́ọ̀ṣẹ́ mi àbí wọ́ọ̀ṣẹ́ mi. But lọ́dọ̀ tèmi wọ́ọ̀ṣẹ́ mi. Mo ní mo hate Tinubu. Mo ṣe máa wá hate ẹni tó believe in Yorùbá nation tó kọ̀ jẹ́ pé for one reason or the other intasọ wọ́n níyàn wọlé sáwọn lára mọ́ èyí táwọn the other one sọ ìyẹn ló ń wọlé sí wọn lára. Wọ́n wá ní kọ́lọ́pàá mímì ní UK ní bíbá. Kábíyèsí Elédùmarè Ọlọ́run. Mo ń dúró de irú ọjọ́ náà. Ẹ wá mọ bóyá ẹnu ni àbí kò ìṣẹ́nu. Yorùbá nation má tètè yá ni ẹja gbọ́n tí ó yà ẹ sọ. No problem. Ọ̀rọ̀ bá ń sọ lórí mi kó sórí tó bẹ̀ sí ń fọ̀ jáde bẹ́lẹ̀ ní tó ń kàwé ńlẹ̀. Mi ṣe yàn bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Yọ̀ọ́ ṣàánú kúkú dẹ̀. Má bínú sí mi, mi fẹ́ kó bínú sí mi. Ó ti ẹ̀pẹ́ dára kò gbé ẹ ṣe kò ṣá dáa fún ẹ o. So that's about it. Ṣé o máa kọ history Yorùbá in another 100 years? Wàá rí nǹkan kan rẹpẹtẹ. There will be a Yoruba country. Britain ò lè dá dúró, America ò lè dá dúró, China ò lè dá dúró, Germany ò lè dá dúró. The worst case scenario ni pé Nigeria ó máa blow. Tó bá dẹ̀ ti blow, ó máa kó àwọn citizen wọn kúrò bó ṣe ń ṣe ní Sudan. Àṣẹ wa yanjú ọ̀rọ̀ tó wà nílẹ̀. Tó ò bá jẹ́ ká yanjú ẹ̀ through diplomacy. African Confidential. Ìṣọwọ́ mi sókè fún bàbá. Ó dúró tán lórí Twitter. I didn't realize my dábọ̀ bọ́ yẹn lóhun. Yẹ kó máa tán rẹ̀. David Odonye. I saw your post that he has actually blocked you. Don't worry about it. These are time waster on the social media. David Odonye, Dipo, Rino, Aisha Yusuf, all these influencers, they are praying for Nigeria to work. Mad people all over the place. Nigeria to work. Lagomelo. Some of us might say, torí our family wà ní mo sọ fún yín pé tí wàhálà bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní Nigeria, I will be on the first available flight to Benin Republic and find my way into Nigeria because the airport is not going to work. I know that. It doesn't matter when. Ìyàwó tí mo gbé sílé kò lè dá mi dúró when that time comes. I would rather be a journalist on the war front than sit in UK and be talking about it. Láyé ojú kò ní ṣẹ̀yìn mi. But we pray it doesn't get to that stage. We just pray. But I know at the back of nípa kọ́ mi máa ń yín mú ni. The trajectory Nigeria is going, ó máa di wàhálà. Ó máa di crisis. I know a lot of you don't like those kind of words. You know, Koiki, orí ẹ̀ ò pé, sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ kò má tà. You want to hold people in 21st century to believe in what they don't believe in anymore, and you expect ṣé tó bá di 2031 ṣé wọ́n máa gbé president lọ sí southeast? Ṣé tó bá di 2031 ṣé wọ́n máa zone president lọ sí southeast àbí ó máa padà sí north? And you want the Igbo people to live with us? The same Igbo people that we don't like. I'm asking again. By the time Jagarudi, the drug baron, Mokinyawa Dupe Agbola, by the time Tinubu complete in 2031, I will pray for Iku Tinubu. No. I keep telling you that. And I'm being honest with inside me. Even lẹ́yìn ní kọ̀rọ̀, I won't say anything pé kí Tinubu kú. No. Anybody can record it if they call me and be trying to, no. I'm saying exactly what I would say off air. Because I don't see Tinubu doing anything. He cannot do jack shit. Obasanjo tried it. He couldn't. So who is Tinubu? Obasanjo tó ní connection ju Tinubu lọ, ó try ẹ̀ kò rí ṣe. So ta ni Tinubu? So fact làwa ń sọ, kò ń ṣe friction. Fact. Àwa ń sọ̀rọ̀ fact ni, kò ń ṣe friction. Kí ni Tinubu fẹ́ ṣe? Tinubu cannot do anything. It's still, you see, I didn't watch my ego for long, but I listened and I was reading the comments. I think he was almost completing his presentation. And it still boils back to everything. You want to fix Nigeria. Okay, where do you start? Is it on the Constitution? Do you pull down that Constitution, or are you going to be pretending and pretend, let's amend the Constitution, and then when we amend it, it will probably take another 5 years or 8 years, and then they will give us autonomy. We deal with that for 8 years. So you want our life to be put inside the bottle, and then you lock it and you throw it in the sea. Àwọn tó ń ronú bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn tó jẹ́ àwọn politician wa, mo sọ fún yín pé ẹ̀ ń ṣí èrè. Ẹ má bínú fún èdè àlùfàǹṣá tí mo sọ yẹn. Ẹ̀yin fẹ́ máa ṣayé, ẹ fẹ́ máa lọ left and right, kẹ́ wá máa fi àwa ta yín. Kémi wá di 52 years old in 2031, ká sì máa sọ̀rọ̀ Nàìjíríà, a máa blow Nàìjíríà yẹn níṣẹ́. Àwọn boys kan pè mí ní ọ̀sán ẹ̀. I won't give too much of their location. Wọ́n para gidi. Wọ́n para gidi. Tí bá ní wọ́n para gidi. Báwa la kàn ń waste time. Wọ́n ní a mọ̀ pé a lè má lè defeat Nàìjíríà o, but ẹ jẹ́ ká tẹ̀ talẹ̀. Mo ní ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ju ẹnu mi lọ. Ta ní bàbá kí tó yè níwájú. Èmi àwa kọ́lá máa give order yẹn. Bàbá dẹ̀ sọ pé kò sógun. Ká ṣe máa kò sógun. Ọlọ́run níjà àjà. Kò ní sógun. Ta ló sọ fún mi pé kò ní sógun? Ó kàn máa rúgbó níjọ́ kan ni, ẹ kàn máa gbọ́ yes, people will die, but it will change the narrative of that bastard country that is already holding us in bondage. Wọ́n mú àwọn boys kan ní Libya, not boys but one individual, but we know there's a lot. Mo wá ń bi ṣé money tó pè mí láti Libya, mo kí Pastor Emmanuel Tọ́gbà, mo kí gbogbo yẹn alàgbà pẹ̀lú wa. Mo wá ń bi bọ̀bọ̀ tó pè mí yẹn, wọ́n pè ní ṣé money. Àwọn tó wà ní Libya lè mọ ẹni tí mò ń sọ. Mo kí Àjàní Àjàlá, mo kí Bright, mo kí Bádéwà Samuel, Daddy Sam, àwọn wà l'Amẹ́ríkà. Èmi ń bẹ Ọlọ́run ni o, bí àwọn àfáà àti wòlíì ṣe máa ń bẹ Ọlọ́run náà pé kọ́lọ̀ má jà rí ìtàjẹ̀ sílẹ̀. Ẹ mọ̀, kò sí ọ̀nà tí Elédùmarè ò lè fi dára o. I don't dispute that. But trajectory Nigeria, pé kò ní sí wàhálà nínú Nigeria yẹn bá ṣe ń bá lọ irọ́ lápá. Ayé ti kọjá 30-40 years ago. Àti sọ̀rọ̀ kò ń ṣàwà o, àti Biafra o, àti Middle Belt o, àti àwọn tó disagree o. Mo rí Àsárídòkúbọ̀ on your mandate. Ìjà máa bẹ́lẹ̀ ní every part of Nigeria. Àbàdúrà fógun, bó tó bá ti dé ó dé náà ni. Nigeria is at the verge of breakup. Don't go there yet. What do you kill offend? I'm live. They will see you. Kill offend. Omi. Yeah. Let me get it for you. From the fridge. From the fridge. Omi, no fridge of him. That's the water. It's cold water. I don't want them to see your beautiful face in my live transmission. Good hour. Tantori Ejani, ìdá fún yín. Èmi bàbá máa pé 52. Màá ti lọ jẹ training gidi. Before that, màá prepare. A máa pariwo lórí social media. Bẹ́ẹ̀ block wa lórí social media. Tá bá ń release video, àwọn kan á jù síbẹ̀. Your block mi ní gbogbo social. À ń sọ pé Nàìjíríà ti dé stage pé we must come on the round and discuss the future of that country for the indigenous people. Tẹ́ a bá fẹ́ ogun. Ẹ yẹ káwọn ogun wọn máa parọ́. Ẹ yẹ kí olúkálùkù máa parọ́ fúnra wọn. Àtọba àti ìjòyè. Ẹ jẹ́ ká máa yín mú síra wa like that every day. In tá à ń ṣe ni pé gbogbo wa yín mú síra wa. Everybody knows the situation. We must come back on that round table and discuss the future of the indigenous people, not the future of what they call Nigeria anymore. Because there's nothing called Nigeria. It's all scam. Scam in Nigeria. Òyìnbó tó dẹ̀ fún wa mọ̀, Queen tó kú kò parí iṣẹ́ yẹn. Ṣé King tó fẹ́ jọba ní next 6 Saturday? Ṣé ó máa parí iṣẹ́ yẹn? King of Commonwealth. Àwa fẹ́ lọ apply for visa. A máa bẹ̀ pé how much do you have in your account? Àwọn ìlú olórí burúkú tó lù, àwọn àwa wọ UK. No visa is needed. Oh, you are coming from Africa, go and get visa. Ẹ wá ní ká má dogun sílẹ̀ lọ́hùn, ogun máa bẹ́lẹ̀ ní Nàìjíríà, wà láìta láìsúnmọ́ bí láìláṣẹ́lá hùwà. Ó à ń rẹ́ kẹ́ ní, ó dàbí nǹkan tí ìyàn rẹ pankẹ́rẹ́, ìyàn rẹ sínú omi. It's just a matter of time. Nigeria is going to explode if we do not sit down and decide the future and give a time frame when everything will start coming down in a peaceful manner without no fight. If that is not going to happen, there will be fight. Go somewhere. I don't say that there is not going to be a fight. I pray it doesn't get to that stage, and I'm being honest. But at the back of my mind, with the current situation of things in Nigeria, everybody must prepare their mind. It might not be the kind of thing. Look, we can sit on the round table and decide that, okay, in 7 years, but by that, before 7 years, we would have been able to take back the control. And Tinubu will give us regional government. He will do this. Fabule and Sonia. It's just another waste of time. We need a proper sit down between every indigenous people and everybody decide. How do we move forward in this contraction country that is put together in that geographical location? I understand, Mr. Tunji, you say we wouldn't have been in all this mess if not for the Igbo people that put us in big problem. If you understand it, I take it back to the fucking 1914. I'm sorry to use that word. Because when people are talking about the 1960, why do we talk about the 1960? We don't talk about the 1914. In 1533, Ijebu-Ode was already a city and town as far back as 500 years, and sort of 1960. The independence itself was fraud. The British government knew that. So when people start talking and pointing finger at the Igbo people that destroyed the regional government, you are wasting your blood. The British. I'm not Eastern European. I live with the Onyibo, pure Onyibo, for 24 years. Toba ma panyo, o ma on. To ma fi muti poison to one and sort of 1960. Do you know the damage that I've done in my own life for you to be talking about 1960? And one point fingers on my Igbo. If my country was good, why should we be here in the first place? So please, forget about all that history of 1960. Answer of 1914 and sort of 1960. Yoruba, 1914. I showed you a church in this UK, 1907. Niwole Foundation Church here. That's about 7 years before the shit independent, 1914 amalgamation. The church is locked today. While Nigeria churches are open 24/7, as if evil spirits and it's all the poverty. So please, let's forget about the 1960 that the Igbo destroyed. I don't want to feel my boy and that even and maybe you have a blood of Igbo people. It does not matter. Even if I have the blood of Igbo. We are talking about fact here now. The Igbo destroyed the 1960 regional government. You more plan our British in 1960. We are talking about the problem that started where they joined us together. Talk about joining us together. If Igbo then came and invaded us, it will be good for us to be talking about that narrative. Nobody should be talking about the narrative of 1960. How the 1960 came about in the first place. We all knew that the Lancaster House was all fraud. The British people were talking to the Hausa people. They were talking to the Igbo people. They were talking to the Yoruba people. And they knew that there was no time, no more time. They just have to give us that independence. But do you know what they were cooking underneath? plaster moju, where we are seeing all these, WikiLeaks report coming out, the information coming out from America, a la plaster moju. You don't know that all these diplomacy behind the closed door, when they come out and say, but behind the closed door, they are doing something else. So these Igbo destroyed in 1960. I bet make I leave that one. If you hold on that one, you will not move forward. Because nobody knew what the British was doing before 1960. They had a meeting here. I took it down to Lancaster House. It's just about an hour from me. I understand, even if Baba Olowo wanted to put the clause in there, I am saying to you that more the view of the British lẹ́yìn sọ báyìí. Ìlú wo lẹ wà ṣá, my brother Mr. Tunji, ìlú wo lẹ ń gbé? Ṣé UK lẹ wà bí America bí Canada? Because I just want to gauge your understanding about diplomacy. I was in this country when, Tony Blair was telling us that they found, these bombs, WMC. Okay, you're in Nigeria. Okay, I can gauge it now. I'm sorry. I don't buy that. That is the history that you were told. It's nothing wrong in that. I won't sit down here and just push everything like that. But I am saying that diplomacy doesn't work like you are saying. Even the 1960s is part of the problem. The 1960s itself, that independence is part of our problem. Let's even work with the 1960 that the Igbo destroyed. Let's just work with it. Let's just work with it to satisfy the conscience and the minds of people. Let's just work with it. So, Sheffield Way, after the 1960 that was destroyed by the Igbo people, should we not even by our own Olori Buruku Omale, Olori Buruku Omale, àwọn Yoruba, should they not have pulled us out in what they know, even what Igbos have done? But today, they are playing the narrative of let's go and play politics of Amalagba and Begiri. Tí gbogbo yín play nílé yẹn. Ẹ̀gbọ́n sókè.
Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi.
Ẹ káàbọ̀ sọ́nà.
Wọ́n tí mo tó ṣe ń lọ ni. Wọ́n mọ tó ṣe ń lọ ni. Wọ́n mọ̀ pé tó bá mọ story Ṣàngó. Ṣé ń gbọ́?
Àgbọ́yé.
Tó bá mọ story Ṣàngó, a máa rí pé Ṣàngó ṣì wà láyé pẹ̀lú wa. Ó ti ẹni tó ní lẹ́lẹ̀ ti dé, ó fẹ́ gbalẹ̀. Ó ti yé yín, kọ́ máa wọ̀ rí. Ṣebí Yorùbá ni gbogbo wa, Yorùbá la jọ ń sọ báyìí. À ń ṣe mùmú náà. Ó ti yé yín, à ń ṣe mùmú. A máa jára wa náà ni. Ó ti yé yín. Èèyàn tó nílẹ̀ ti fẹ́ gbalẹ̀. Ó ti yé yín.
Ó kù díẹ̀ ni.
Tẹ́ máa jẹ́ nìyẹn. Ó ti yé yín. Kò ṣe pé kò ṣe pé kù díẹ̀, tẹ́ máa jẹ́ nìyẹn. Ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀. Ó ti yé yín.
Ẹ ṣé gan ni. Bẹ́ẹ̀ náà bá fẹ́ pé the line is open. Àwọn kan máa ní Koiki, you keep saying studio number as if I am one of your fans. I don't know the studio number. I don't know it off it as well, but I wrote it down here. Yeah. Not everything we know. +44 74 044 05917. Oyitontosin say, in a country where there is no rule of law. Yes, I agree. Yusuf Zaki, SK. Whatever the fate the Igbo facing in Nigeria, they engineer it in the first coup of 1966. So does that mean that they are not entitled, quote and unquote? Let's agree that the Igbo engineered the first coup. But do you know who engineered it from underneath? Did MK Abiola did not engineer a lot of coup in Nigeria? She MK Abiola, she Agbori, where MK Abiola ignite some coup in Nigeria. Kilo de MK Abiola o she ma she coup, co push the narrative of pulling the Yoruba people out with his connection with his world, his network around the globe. MK Abiola could have done that for us. MK Abiola was well loved around the world. From what I heard, I don't know how true it is, it was meant to be the United Nations General Secretary. He refused. Oh no, he wants to be the president himself. So even after the Igbo engineered the 1966 coup, as we know, There's fact, right? But should MK Abiola not have worked to make sure that with his connection and he has been able to pull us out, rather he has his own ambition. So it's as simple as that. So now because they engineered the 1966 coup, they wanted to come to Yoruba land, they wanted to take our land and all that, agreed. So because of that now, they must remain in Nigeria and become marginalized, and you want them to remain in Nigeria. We must all be crazy, including myself. We must all be crazy to expect them to remain in Nigeria because they engineered the 1966 coup and because they are very cunning as well. Yomi, you better be careful with all these Igbo people. They're very, very cunning. They want to, yes, I agree with everything everybody is saying, but that means that we must marginalize them. Oh. Oguma Belle ni Musose. Okay, Yusuf Zaki's come back. He said, yeah, you are right. MK Abiola sponsored major coup in Nigeria back those days according to history. Kilode MKO Shelo influencer. MKO was loved. MKO injected in Bill Clinton election campaign. He could have told Clinton that, look, Nigeria is not working for Yoruba people. Let's pull them out. I'm sure he would have used his influence. And today, everybody is going to Libya. We want to come to UK. We are looking for scholarship. Everybody's looking for one scholarship to travel out now. And the one that you can use for the healthcare, I think, is having issue. Nigeria is on a red list. But everybody just wants to get. Not everybody can get out. There's no way. We are too many. But rather, today, yeah, you're right. One of the council ought to postpone the censor for Tinubu to come and decide. So moving forward in Nigeria, Lati 1999, we've not been able to find a solution. Moving Nigeria forward, quote and unquote. So and my question is, let me put this out again. When do you and me and you expect Nigeria to work? Roughly. If we just forget about Yoruba nation and all the movement, when do you expect Nigeria to work? Roughly, give a timeline. Let's be honest. Even if you don't like it, just say it. Toba Nigeria ma work. Don't say koni work. Toba ma work. Nigba ole ife ma work. 8 years, another 30 years, another 63 years. So that everybody will know that, hey, I can multiply that with my age today. Multiply it with age me. That's all I want to know. I need divine grace. I don't even want to hear the word Nigeria is never going to work. Let's even give it the benefit of doubt that it will work. The benefit of doubt. That just benefit. So you want us to all be coming out as if people say we don't have a job to come and be talking. So you want us to become your go-to center where their life now. Let me hear what this one is going to talk about Nigeria. So you expect us, and then our people are going through a big problem on a daily basis. And you say we shouldn't talk, we shouldn't do anything, we should be managing it, and the world continue to grow. And they talk about climate change on us. I say, forget about we don't even Yoruba we mushifila fún yín. Ìyá ẹ ti bẹ̀ mí o. Wàláì. Ìyá tó pé yìí tẹ́ ṣe program lé mi yẹn. Ó dà pé ìgbà tí ìyá yẹn rí pé ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ti fẹ́ di tí Yoruba wuyi ti jáde, Dáradára ti jáde, Lady K ti jáde. Ìyá yẹn pè mí, mo ti play audio lẹ́ẹ̀kan. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò ìyá wa. So she actually said kí má bínú Ọlọ́run náà la máa fi ń kọ́yàn lọ́rùn. Mo ní ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ bí àmọ́ Yorùbá lẹ́ṣẹ̀. Kí ni mo ṣe? Mo ní kódà mi gan mo fi lọ hand over mi fún ọlọ́pàá. Tó bá yẹ pé ìyá yẹn ò pè ní. Mo ti sọ fún ìyàwó mi, mo ní máa lọ sí police station. Èmi ò ní wá lọ sí àdúgbò mi. Central London ni máa lọ. Headquarter wọn. Máa lọ report ara mi. Pé kó tó wá report mi gan fi wá report ara mi. Orí yóò pè. I was going to do that on Tuesday, but there's a bank holiday on Monday. They're going to be busy because bank holiday, workers' day, and destroy. So there's a lot of money. You are not very report me. Because to report me, go and report ara mi. Ṣé terrorism là ń sọ̀rọ̀ lórí ẹ̀? À ń sọ̀rọ̀ pé Britain kó wa papọ̀, a máa fọ́ọ̀lù yẹn sí wẹ́wẹ́. UK lèmi wà tí mo ti ń dún. UK ni mo wà tí mo ti ń dún. MI5 wọ́n monitor tí mò ń sọ lójoojúmọ́. Nàìjíríà ogun máa wọ Nàìjíríà kò sọgbọ́n ẹ̀. Tó bá jẹ́ ká jókòó lórí round table ká yanjú ọ̀rọ̀ tó wà ńlẹ̀, ká yanjú ẹ̀bi tọmọlúàbí láàrin ara wa. Nǹkan sọ pé àníjà báwo. Igbo ṣe kú ní 1966. So ìtorí ìyẹn nísìn ká wá marginalize wọn. Káwa Yorùbá marginalize wọn, káwúsá marginalize wọn, kájọwá kí àwa táwúsá jọ máa wá ṣe wọléwọ̀de ká máa lẹ̀dí mọ́ra wa. Oyè bí Joraga àbí Yorege ká máa lẹ̀dí mọ́ra wa. Ta ló ń parọ́ fúnra wọn? So tó bá di 2031, èmi ò sọ̀rọ̀ 2023 mọ́ nísìn. 2031 tí Tinubu bá ṣe tán, tí Igbo bá tún fẹ́ jáde pé òun náà fẹ́ contest, ẹ sọ pé no. So àwa nìkan la wà ní Nàìjíríà. So let's stop fooling ourselves. Ẹ fẹ́ káwa máa jáde lójoojúmọ́ ká máa sọ Yorùbá ní ṣẹ́ká ní. A máa ti ṣubọ́ lẹ́ni. Ẹni tó bá ṣàti sọ̀rọ̀ láàrin tó bá ti release audio sọnù fún wa, ẹ ṣàfà wa ní nọ́mbà. Nọ́mbà yẹn la máa fi sórí afẹ́fẹ́. Ẹni yẹn ò ní nísinmi because different time zone àwọn èèyàn máa pè. Tí ìyá yẹn bá ń sùn, tó bá pa fóònù ẹ̀ tó bá tàn báyìí, a máa gbọ́ bù. I'm sure pé ìyá yẹn pé ọ̀rọ̀ ilé báyìí ni kí la ṣe? A ní pẹ̀lú òdà ṣé èmi mo kówó jẹ ni? Ṣé èmi mo kówó Nàìjíríà jẹ? Do you know the amount of money that has been moved out of Nigeria láti 1960 that cannot be accounted for? Great Yoruba nation, I cite you. Mo kí àwọn ìyàwó tó bí mi, ìyàwó mi ní àwọn ìyàwó tó bí mi, kí ìyá tó bí mi lọ́mọ. I haven't seen her logo yet, but I know she's there with me. Mo kí ìyàwó Comfort Ológunjà. What happened to the audio me? I don't know, but she just. I played the audio. She called me and she was apologizing. Àwọn ọmọ tó kó sí àwọn lórí, àwọn ọmọ tó kó sí àwọn lórí pọ̀rọ̀rọ̀ tó ń sọ níbẹ̀ yẹn. I don't want to reference to them anymore. Mo ti sọ fún ìyá, mo ti guarantee ìyá mi pé láti end of April ọ̀rọ̀ ìyá yẹn kò necessary mọ́. But in tí mo ṣe sọ yẹn tó bá respond máa dá padà fún, máa ṣe full program fún. But kò tí respond. Mo gbọ́ díẹ̀ nínú program tó ṣe lọ́dọ̀ èyí tó jẹ́ ọkùnrin wọn tọ́jọ́ ń ṣe program tó wà nílùú yẹn tó mú níjọ́sí. I don't want to mention their name, they are not interested to me. One question I always ask, ìyàwó Adúpẹ́ Agboola ló ń béèrè. My husband is how Nigerian government run the government business by selling our oil and money not using for citizens. It's part of the fraud. It's part of the fraud, Momiwa, because for 1960, Igbalo detect the crude oil in Nigeria. It's not 1960. Ogun tó jà bí World War II lọ́pẹ́ àbí kíní kan. Crude oil, do you know that they need a lot of crude oil láti jà war? How many people know that? You know that all these tanks that they are moving from point A to B, epo ló ń lọ sínú ẹ̀ diesel. So they need the crude oil when there's a war. Ogun tó ń jà ní Russia àti Ukraine. They need to continue to fuel these tanks that are moving around, even though they've destroyed a lot. So crude oil was not found in 1960. It was found way before 1960. If anybody can give us, a timeline so that we can just have it on record. Don't detect the crude oil. Okay, somebody said there's a court case. Forget about the court case. Tinubu will bribe anybody to make sure that court case is not going to favor Peter Obi or Atiku. So if anybody is believing in a court case, you might as well believe in, I don't even know what to say. You're believing in a court case in Nigeria. I beg. So just as our grandmother asked there, we are making a lot of money from crude oil, but it doesn't get to anybody. And then some people are living extravagant. But we are all seeing them today. I already have a couple of posts on her that we go on starting on. Yes, I mean, we will continue that, that's the problem. But for us here, we just, move on because she's very, very irrelevant anymore. and I listen to myself money by end of next month. Mommy wa kon pe mi láti US. She was they were very concerned. They said, if Tinubu label us as terrorists, money to ba Tinubu ko label wa ni 20 times as terrorists. It does not matter. The international community have not even recognized IPOB as international organization. I mean, as a terrorist organization. Jacolushola is citing my brother. I'm talking about the international community. And who are the international community? We talk about the US. Because if the US label you as a terrorist organization, then a lot of what Biafra are doing on the soil of America will be difficult for them. I'm sure you all understand what I'm saying. It will be very, very difficult. Because all the money still moving, donation and all that, it will be very difficult. But as we know today, America has not labeled IPOB as a terrorist organization. So who is Nigeria to be saying they label somebody? If Tinubu make a label Ogun State terrorist organization or your state, or the Yoruba land, the Yoruba people will still continue their fight for the right to self-determination. Okay, somebody is telling us that crude oil was detected in 19 and in the world in 1859. Thank you, Mr. Taiwo Laniwaju. That's a good information to know. So 4 years before the independence, we detected crude oil. Until date, it has not served any purpose. So the question is, talonjere crude oil. Talonjere crude oil. We have crude oil, we have crude oil. We might as well say we don't have crude oil because the purpose of the crude oil has not served me. Because if the crude oil was serving us, I should just come to this country, study, come back to Nigeria, and then make myself available to serve Nigeria for the purpose of sending me abroad to go and study. Was that not what Babawolowo was trying to do before? And then when the crude, like people say, the Igbo people, the regional, the East region part of Nigeria, destroy Nigeria by going to coup. But the question is, so because they went to coup in 1966, they must be marginalized till when? And we want us to all live together. Is it not something that we should have even said, okay, they destroyed it, but we can still come together? Is that not the reason why they did the Confab conference and all these conference that they did, just to bring back everybody and see the way forward? Now they've abandoned the confab on the conference or blah, blah, blah. They did. I know they did one in Obasanjo's time. I believe they did one in Jonathan's time. Buhari did not have time to do any conference. He was busy. The most traveled president I've ever seen, ever since, we've been having one. Any little place Buhari is going, he doesn't send Osibajo. I don't know why. I'm reading some comment again here. It's an interactive platform tonight. I'm just moving around. So I try and catch some of your comments, even though my screen, sometimes might be a little bit too far away from me. In Mole Yoruba say, because the man as a person, I always say that if Nigeria is good as a disabled person, I want to bring that back. As a disabled person, am I to, see if I can get that from another phone. But the comment there was, I think, explaining that as a disabled person, you will have enjoyed Nigeria. So keep the comment coming as well. We'll be reading them as we go. A couple sorry to Mr. Stephen Amodu.
Hello, sir.
Let me hear, sir. Okay. Ẹ̀gbọ́n sókè sọ.
So, sẹ́ẹ̀rí nípa ti mídíà tẹ ẹ jẹ́ kí wọ́n kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ nípa ti mídíà tẹ ẹ ṣe. Mi ìfẹ́ káṣí rárá láti máa sọ̀rọ̀. Sẹ́ẹ̀rí kan mo kó sì sí bó ṣe fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ yìí.
Okay.
Ọlọ́run ràn wá lọ́wọ́.
Aṣẹ́dùmarè.
Mo fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ti Nàìjíríà máa ta àtúnyẹ̀dá.
Okay.
Mo fẹ́ in the reference of lawyer Dele Parotin.
Yes.
Before election, before campaigning, ló ti sọ pé tọ́ba dé èèyàn tó bí láti bí ti tòun mẹ́wàá kan pa ọpọlọ wọn pọ̀ pé Nàìjíríà ìṣọ́ pé kò sẹ́ni tó lè ṣe. So mo tún wá fẹ́ wo bí pé ṣé ọ̀gbẹ́ni ẹ náà ló tún wá wò pé Peter Obi ó wá ìṣèjú ọ̀nà ọlọ́nà mẹ́wàá ló fi lè ṣe Nàìjíríà yẹn.
Ó lè máa bínú Tinubu, which I think a lot of them are, and they just thought, you know what, ẹ jẹ́ ká fún Obi ní opportunity. And Obi has lost already, so and he has already lost. I don't think he's coming, and he will fizzle away at some point.
Yes, sir. So this is one of the okay. Mo máa sọ fáwọn èèyàn mi tó bá kàmpé fún ọ pé èṣù gan dárí sọ pé èṣù burú yẹn àti sọ pé ìyẹn dẹ́gùn ní kí ṣèṣù ilẹ̀ Yorùbá o pé ó máa fún wọn ní iná nínú ọ̀ràn àpáàdì iná wo làwọn politician fún wa ní Nàìjíríà ó túmọ̀ sí pé àwọn politician wa wọ́n burú ju dẹ́gùn lọ.
Definitely, there's no doubt about it in my mind.
Wọ́n burú ju dẹ́gùn lọ so mo ti gbọ́ ṣe fẹ́ ṣe ìlú yẹn mi ṣe pé o wọn kò lè dáa ìjọba pé there was a time tábà rántí ní bá fọ́ọ̀tì tí mo bá rí kó tó di second time yìí tó máa ń kọrin Nigeria is unity of Nigeria is non-negotiable. Ṣé ẹ pé orin yẹn nígbà tó di second time ọ̀ sí first time yẹn fẹ́ parí tẹ̀ kóbìnrin yẹn ó parẹ́ mọ́ nínú. Ìgbà tí Nàìjíríà gan fẹ́ dúró tèmi wọ́n jókòó sí láti bù mí pé ọ̀dà ẹ̀ kìíní o. Mo wá fẹ́ padà sí amalgamation tí ẹ sọ. Àwọn British tá a sọ yìí, àwọn ní ìgò, àwọn ní jíì tó wà nùgò tó ń burú gan. Wọ́n ti fi pé Yorùbá àkàwé alọ́gbọ́n. Ìgbò wọ́n ń ṣe òwò, Haúsá kò sí ìgbà kan tán ṣe. Àwọn ló wá lọ kó sí wọn nínú pé ẹ kó gbogbo èèyàn yín sínú ológun o, tẹ̀lé sí ipá ogun máa mú àwọn èèyàn, tẹ̀lé sí máa kọ̀ǹtró wọn. Tábà rántí nígbà kan nígbà tá a ti kéde tábà rántí ọ̀gá mi. A rí i wípé àwọn nọ́ọ̀tì yẹn dá sókòtò ọ̀kánò wọ́n fi sínú lógò tí wọ́n pé bọ́ǹtò òru. Ṣé ẹ rántí? So nǹkan tó ń pèsè wọn nínú yẹn ló ṣẹlẹ̀. Àjọ ṣètò ni ẹ má bínú pé mo gba program pé mo sọ̀rọ̀.
It's okay.
So a fẹ́ máa la àwọn èèyàn lóye, a fẹ́ máa ṣí wọn ní yéèni. There was a time tí mo wá sí United States ní 2014. Mo pàdé àwọn Fúlàní báyà Senegal ọ̀kìnní àti ọmọ Ghana. Bí mo ti béèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹnìyẹn ní ẹ̀sìn sọ nìyẹn pé Nàìjíríà ló ti wá. Mo ti béèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ pé sáàgìgbò Nàìjíríà nìyẹn. Onífúlàní ti kò lè sọ bí ọmọ Ghana yẹn ti ní kí n má dàrú nìyẹn pé Fúlàní Senegal ni. So iye mi ò sí wípé àwọn Fúlàní náà fẹ́ ní ìmọ̀tàjẹ́ tàbí wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe nìyẹn ti sọ fún ọmọ Nàìjíríà lòun. Ìmájì kan ọmọ Senegal máa sọ pé ọmọ Nàìjíríà lò. So ó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí wọ́n ti gbé sínú wọn tẹ̀ sí disseminate information ẹ̀ káàkiri láàrin gbà wọn Fúlàní Western Coast ilẹ̀ Áfíríkà pé ìlú yìí wà bí o ẹ máa wá gbà ìlú yìí wà bí ẹ máa wá gbà so mo ìtẹ̀wá iye mi ìtẹ̀wá ń sọ ní bí 2-3 years back ìtàn sọ mi. There was a time tí mo máa ń sọ̀rọ̀ tí mo ní mo gbàdúrà ní Abuja Koikimedia especially ọ̀tún tí mo ní tí mo wá wo kí wọ́n ti tú Abuja yẹn ṣe ní ìyá 2000 pé ká ní Ìbàdàn náà fowó tó ń kó sí gbogbo Nàìjíríà yìí tó ti tú Abuja ṣe ká ní ìkànnìlẹ̀ Yorùbá ni bí gbogbo ayé ti ẹ ká máa gbádùn délé ní Abuja. Sáà bá padà Abuja ẹ̀yàn máa sọnù o. Níbi táwọn tí mi ti fẹ́ mú gbogbo owó wa tó bàjẹ́ dé ibi síbẹ̀ èèyàn máa sọnù ìpínlẹ̀ èèyàn nímọ̀ ibi tó ti dé mọ́. So ní ibi tí èmi wá ń lọ gẹ́gẹ́ ní pé kò sí kankan tá a fẹ́ ṣe ní Nàìjíríà yìí tí ìbá ti gbọ́ kálukú dánmọ̀ ìyá ìpè bí eléyìí kì í ṣe regional mọ́ self determination ní sí orí regional yẹn tó bá dé sí ìṣe regional lẹ́yìn máa bàjẹ́ bọ́ ti para ti 1960 jẹ́ ní 1967 or anywhere. Then mo máa try láti send program kan sí yín bí wọ́n ṣe ṣe àwọn retirement àwọn arúgbó tó ṣe retirement tẹ́ bá rí ìgbádùn tó ń gbádùn níbí sá. Torí bẹ́ẹ̀ ni àwọn France ti sọ pé má fi kún ọjọ́ orí wa nínú iṣẹ́ mọ́. Ẹ jẹ́ ká wọ́n padà sí Nàìjíríà ọmọ 70 years alọ́mọ 55 lòun torí pé kò fẹ́ ríta torí tó bá ríta yá o ti mọ̀ pé bí ló máa pa òun kú. So kò sí bí ìgbìyànjú ti fẹ́ da àwọn tó ń graduate every day millions throughout the federation kò sí sẹ́yọ́ kan mọ́ ìgbà táwa kéré wá ní you are the leaders of tomorrow. Tomorrow yẹn délé ní àlídìí kankan ẹ̀yìn fúnga àlẹ́ yìí tó ti débi pé àlídìí. So ọba ràn wá lọ́wọ́ ọlọ́run ṣàánú fún wa
Thank you so much.
God bless Yoruba land. God bless the Bakintoye. God bless CSI. No CSI, no Yoruba nation. We'll continue.
No problem. Thank you so much. Moki Bugwawati and Darapor. The number again is +44 74 044 05917. Moving Nigerian forward. Moki Momiwa Beauty _ Moki Yawa Koforola. I went with 20 ages. Moving it forward. Moving it forward in what way? Moki Koikimedia backend team. Should we continue with the 80 years of moving the electionary into every region? Tinubu drops it at 2031. The North picks it up. They will have to do 8 years. That's 2032, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. That's 2037. So when the North drops it at 2037, so where is it going to go? There will be new political party. They will form new ones. Forget about this politician. It doesn't cost them to form a political party. They will drop PDP. They will drop APC. They will bring another new political party. And, okay, so 2039, okay, so let's start again. 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. Okay, 39. Thank you so much, Agbomi. That's my mathematician on the program. So 2039. So when the North finish at 2039, where are we expecting them to zone it to? Because it's all about the zoning. So where? And if they refuse to let a deliberation, a conversation, my brother right there was saying, Jakolu Shola, the confab. Not that we didn't have a confab. Remember there was a confab. I don't know where they kept the document and all the, information that they believe, there was a lot of technocrats, kings, money was spent with this confab. And let's see where it was. But right now, Shegon Yawa Omolara, the studio number is already there as well. 2039, the army will now take over. So we now start all over again under a military regime, and they will say to the world, we will allow Nigeria to return back to civilian rule after 2 years. And then they could be there forever. So is that the kind of society that we want? Not that things will not be operating in Nigeria. I mean, they will build road there, they will build this there, they will build that there. But that is not exactly who we are as people, as indigenous people. It is easy for us to be Nigerians and then we just continue with our life. Koiki, look, I understand, life. Okay, so are we now saying that Nigeria is more important than the indigenous people? Where we are not the only one fighting. I mean, it's not going to come easy, but we have seen results of this same problem. There's a country that I've given a East Timor. Little money, bad cough by. Let me quickly give us background to East Timor. Let me drink a bit of water. Dry cough. Let's talk about East Timor. How many people know about East Timor? East Timor. Do you know that this country can get to UK, their citizen, as long as they can get a ticket, they can just arrive here and spend about 180 days or thereabouts. East Timor. But do you know that they just got their independence? So in terms of Ikoyi is not something that is not possible. But the problem that people are asking is, how is it going to be possible that it is not going to be converted to where we will, carry gun and kill each other? And that's why we're saying that our representatives within the Yoruba land needs to come back and listen. If they are just thinking that nobody's going to catch us, nobody's going to... I've said it. I keep saying it. It's because we have not killed some of you. If we have killed some of you, you will all run. But because we have not been that, we haven't got to that stage. But do we need to get to that stage? You say you are representing us. and we cannot see dividends of government in my own local government in Djibouti. Or somebody will say, shut up, Koiki, it will take some time. Okay, I agree. It will take some time till I become old and I can't go back to Djibouti, because even those in the Djibouti are trying to run out of the Djibouti. So, they can't even give you, the autonomy, because the fraudulent constitution that they keep amending, how long is it going to take for them to amend autonomy for local government? So we have to keep fight 8 years for autonomy. And then after the autonomy, we now fight another 8 years, and then 8 years, and then 8 years. And by that time, every one of us is dead. We're gone. But we're not going to be here forever. East Timor got their independence on the 20th of May, 2002. I was already in this country. And these are the same people that will not need a visa, but people fought for that independence. East Timor. East Timor officially off. When they say something is officially, that is it. Nigeria is still officially a country until it dissolved. How it dissolved, some say, well, Koiki, we don't have referendum clause in the constitution. And maybe we should push for that. People come with different narratives. I've seen people say we should go and, set up a political party because Igbo has the crowd, then we can push that. Somebody was pushing that agenda. Saying I should present that to Baba Akintoye. But since Igbo has the crowd, we can go through the route of having a political party. Moki, Mr. Asaolu Sunday, good morning. East Timor did not just got their independence easy. There was a lot of bloodshed. But today, the indigenous people of part of the world, which is the map behind me, and I hope people are still, because I'm using the laptop on the YouTube, I hope you are still seeing me when I move away from there, because I'm actually reading from my laptop. And Yolanda, there is a country named by Timor-Leste. 1.3 million in Asia. So let's talk about East Timor. Let me just give us a background. We have become more advanced in this conversation. There's no doubt. No, even when they were getting independent, not everybody knew. Some people did not even know that we got independent until probably maybe a couple of weeks or whatever, because information was very, very scarce then. But today, with all the things that we have heard, with all the information that is out there, some are now saying we can still work this unity. Is because we don't have people that are good leaders. They've stolen our crude oil. They have not done this. They've not done that. No, we are talking about the indigenous people now. We're not talking about whether they fix road. If they like make it, they don't fix the road. Some are saying that we should allow referendum to be included in the constitution. How you're going to get that, I still don't know, because I'm not sure the northern part of Nigeria are ready to allow any kind of referendum clause. It is debatable. It might take long, but how long is it going to take? All these are questions. When people are saying, let's go through our representative, that means our House of Reps, our senators, our governors, our deputy governors. These are our representatives in Yoruba land, whether it's a PDP in your state or APC in all the other states. But are they truly representing us? These people, are they truly representing us? So let's talk about East Timor. How did they gain their independence? How? What was behind it? East Timor was occupied by Indonesia for 24 years. From 1976, that's 2 years before I was born, up to 1999. That is a year after I got to this country. So all these things is not long. Some are saying, yeah, you have been shouting Yoruba Nation. We understand. But the process is still ongoing whether it is the diplomatic route that we're going to use. I pray whether our politician will listen and at least fall back a little bit, or maybe when they realize that, then they will come back home. But that time, we don't know how soon that is going to be, because I don't see any of our Yoruba politicians that will now come out and say, I want for Yoruba nation when Tinubu is in power. But that does not mean that even the Igbo people, there will still be some that will support him. And that also means the people from the north. So Tinubu has got the support. That is why he won the election, whether it is a fraudulent election or not. But they gave him that election. And they were giving him that election, or they are, that election that they've given him. He has to follow the political party manifestation. He's not going to do anything on his own. Tinubu might need executive power. Understandable. He might have executive power, does not mean that he will be able to do anything and just say, the natural resources in Ondo State, we can start taking it on our own. Under which constitution is he going to be doing that? And even if Tinubu do everything that is not going to please any other region, they will just wait for him until 2031. And after 2031, they will take power back. Because do you think that Tinubu would then tell the North in 2031 that Ounfeki power to Padawasi Southwest? Obasanjo tried it. Obasanjo wanted to get a third term. He never got it, even though he bribed everybody. Let's go back to East Timor. Like I was saying, East Timor was occupied for 24 years. That 24 years, I have lived there for 24 years. So 24 years might be a long time, but the result eventually came for the East Timorians in 2002, May 20th precisely. But was it easy route? Was it a diplomatic route? Even though there was in and out, because there was a government change that favored them as well along the line, but there was already, their conversation was already being heard outside the world, because there was killings going on and the international community was putting pressure on the Indonesian government to let them go. But I believe in and around the line, there was a change of government and, things changed. Maybe that's why some people are saying Tinubu will be able to change things. We should just slow down. We should give him time, to settle in, let him grab the power May 29, and then he can bring in, and then, Mukiyawa Grace Senior, JP. So let's continue. Muki went to GR1. East Timor was occupied by Indonesia for 24 years. Aziz Muriembe, that's in Miami. From 1976 to 1999. In a period, listen to this, in a period considered to be genocide, just as genocide is going on in Nigeria today, in the Middle Belt and likewise in the Southeast, there's genocide going on. It was estimated by one of the reports that Indonesia was responsible for not a very good number, very, very sad one, 180,000 people died in the 24 years that it ruled East Timor. Since Nigeria has been a country, how many people do you think have died, give and take, because of the negligence of the government? I'm not talking about now because I've already added that, including that. The negligence of the Nigerian government, how many people in Europe in 1960, even including the, the war or the civil war and the coup, whether it was the Igbo that started the coup and that led to civil war and all that. How many people? At least we know that roughly give and take about 3 million plus people died during the civil war. Those are human beings that died. That is a genocide. Do you agree? Even if it was the fault of those, the Igbo leaders or the, the army generals and whatever, but there was a war that led to 3 million people died. That is why we are saying that should we have to go to another war when we can talk about this situation on a round table where we drink tea, we drink pami, and we discuss it with the community, and then they give a timeline that Nigeria will eventually become no more Nigeria. And all we just have to do, we bring down the flag, we raise the flag of every country that we want within the region that we are all in. And then, we raise our money, we raise our own anthem, and then officially we submit our document to the international community, and we become a country. Oh, that process is not good. And you say you don't want a war. So which one do you want then? That is the most easier process, aside to just raising. And I was going through your comment on Mayegun. So which one do we want? Ewolafe. So ejeka, ejeka gbeyewo. 24 years I live here. Out of the 24 years, UK government suffered me for 14 years. So my 14 years was like a wasted years. And I'm being honest. The young girl that I met at Stansted Airport, if I was in that same position when I came to this country, I'll probably be a pilot by now. I will start as she started, but my ambition would have been to be a pilot, and I'll be driving Jumbo 477 or 747. But why? I could not have the same opportunity like that young girl. Because I got here on a visa, and I was trying to say to the UK government, I don't want to go back home. There's nothing good to go back home for. And that kept me here for 14 years. They locked me in. I couldn't travel. I couldn't go anywhere. And today when I travel, some people say, why are you traveling? Why are you showing you're traveling? You must be mad. For 14 years, I couldn't travel until 2015 when I came back to that shito country. And Kinimogen in 2015 is as crazy as it is right now. So if we are able to come back on a round table, every part of us, every region, and we start talking, the talking can take time. How do we break it so that, nobody feel cheated? Because some people don't want to be cheated. People that doesn't want to be part of Biafra must not be forced to be part of Biafra. People that doesn't want to be part of Yoruba must not be forced. All these are easy. It's easy, Judan, all carrying gun and killing each other. Sunshine forever, Majek. Oduduwa, what today? It is a delusion and this indigenous to believe that the current political climate in Nigeria will bring positive change. All they true from tonight that the Yoruba nation will save lives. Moki Princess T or Rekoya. Keep the comment coming. I'll pick it up along the line. Egbomi Olatunji, Moki T Dublin. Ashin Sorolodi, East Timor. 180,000 people died for 24 years. How many people do you think have died? Let's even leave 1960, Latin 1999 till date. For the negligence of a government, there is no war. Jagun in Nigeria, Latin 1999. We're in democracy, so we are not fighting war. But can anybody give me an estimate how many people have died? For many estimate, roughly. And I need a number. The comment, because this is the only way we can say that we are serious. Because it's easy to just be talking every day, and then you don't want us to go to war. How many people have died for 24 years since we returned back to democracy in 1999 for the negligence of this contraction, Olori Bruku bomb bastard politician that you are all calling sensible people, both women and men among them, both young and old. They are all bomb bastard. Tell me how many people have died from 1999. Nigeria returned back to democracy for the negligence. I'm talking, it doesn't matter whether somebody died because they should have done the pavement. Do you know that people can be sued in this country? If I walk on a pavement and I trip, I will sue my local government because that is their responsibility. And you're now saying that we are not at war. Somebody is saying about 60 million, whether we agree or not, but that's a number, top. Èèyàn mélòó ló ti kú tẹ́ ẹ bá gbọ́ òyìnbó tí mò ń sọ mo fi máa sọ òyìnbó púpọ̀ nínú broadcast máa sọ díẹ̀díẹ̀ ni èèyàn mélòó ló ti kú nínú Nàìjíríà. I lost somebody on 2nd of January. That is one person. How many people have died? Hospital, road accident. Look at the stupid truck that was found in Ondo State today. And mommy was our comfort. Cherry truck in Shamomi, Ondo State. Akeredolu should be ashamed of himself. Governor Akeredolu should be ashamed that that truck is on the road. What one video? Any one? Why are you videoing us? Governor Akeredolu should be ashamed for having such a truck. Let's go to my brother Ayomiku.
Good evening, Mr. Koiki.
Welcome to the program. You're live.
Yes, sir. So I picked Momo 60 million.
Okay.
I mean, let me speak English for the benefit of our Biafran brothers or other people listening to us. So I said 60 million people has died since 1999 in Nigeria, because I was doing my calculation. Just between the 8 years of Buhari alone, the amount of people that have died in Nigeria for terrorism, kidnapping, lawlessness, police brutality, everything in general, the numbers at least will stand at nothing close to like 300,000 to like almost 1 million. Now, if we take it back to the year that you said, since 1999 of democracy in Nigeria till date, calculation of just 8 years alone with Buhari, with the population of Nigeria, that the so-called population that they said that we are 240 million people or 250 million people.
I was even going to say 206, but we'll take the 214. That's fine.
Yeah, okay, I would say like 214.
Yeah.
But I don't believe that we are 214, because there are some places that governments do not get to in that same country called Nigeria, that they have not sent government representative for at least 10 to 15 years. But I quickly, because I've been watching like multiple documentaries of Nigeria. And there's this our Biafran brother. I forget his name. His name kind of like skipped my mind. I completely forget his name. But he's on YouTube. But what he always do is that he travel, to like different places in Nigeria, and kind of like talk about their history and who they are and their heritage, their culture, the type of food they have, all these things. He even talk about like they saw like giant footprint in somewhere in the northern Nigeria, closer to like the Cameroon borders. He said they saw like the giant footprint, and those giant footprints has been there as long as 1,000 years old. So I forgot his name. His name kind of like skipped my mind. Those people, they're saying that the only time they see government officials is during elections. So if those type of people in those communities see government officials during election, and when they come there, it's just to campaign. They don't bring electoral materials over there. So that means they don't vote. They just come there to just say something, and maybe those people can find the closest polling unit or whatever place closer to them to cast their vote. Something like that. So, and these people call themselves Nigerians. So, and these people also, according to the documentary I was watching, they testify that they've been having Fulani headsmen attacking them because of their land and their crops. And some of them are farmers, some of them are fishermen, some of them are hunters, and they are in the same Nigeria. But their story never made it to the government. They never made it to the media. They never made it to the newspapers. People don't even know who the hell they are. So if we calculate those people together with the so-called 214 million people that they said Nigeria have, to me, I believe that the population of Nigeria is about 250 to 260 million. Because those people are also called Nigerians. They live in the territorial area of Nigeria.
They are not documented Nigerians.
But they are not documented, exactly. But they are not documented. They are undocumented people. They don't even have no local government over there. But they have some name on a federal paper that helped the federal government during the election time. And also, they don't have no hospitals. Whatever hospital they have is like maybe some NGO, maybe some NGO kind of like go over there to do like humanitarian service. That's the only medication they have. So, and these people call themselves Nigerians, and they live in the territorial area of so-called Nigeria. So that's why I kind of like give that figure of 240 to like 260 million people. But back to our conversation. If Buhari is just in 8 years, but I don't even want to mention Buhari because Buhari is just one object as the head of the president itself. But in the 8 years of APC governance, let me use that in English. In the 8 years of APC governance, at least the killing from Boko Haram, ISWAP, kidnapping, armed robbery, police brutality, military, DSS, just regular communion clashes, the killings going on in there, all that, the fairness of the whole country itself. I can categorically say that the maximum amount of Nigerians that has died during those 8 years will be about 3 to like 4 million Nigerians, easy. Now, if we take it back to the time that you mentioned, like you mentioned earlier, from 1999 till date, I would say about that 60 million without no problem. I would say 60 million Nigerians has died with no problem, and they have not even done census. They have not even done census. So that's why I always believe that, you know, Nigeria. I don't believe Nigeria is like 214 or 215. I believe we are way more than that. As a country. Yes, sir. That's the reason I said at least about 60 million.
Thank you so much. And that is Omo Orunmila. You might think he doesn't understand Yoruba. Ogbo Yoruba be Mukembe might say 23. Ogbo Yoruba gone, but I understand that you know, you just wanted to carry along some of our listeners. Lemposi Moki Walata. Moki Daisy 123. Moki our Ola Jire Koka. This 123 say we are appealing to all the regions to come together. The region doesn't have the problem to come together. And what to je adariwa ni wofe come together. Mukimba Bawa Mumin Adiza Ganilo, they welcome to the program. And that Badaruko Emafishe Binu, you know, I just pick names at random and I just, you know, try to, you know, make sure that we carry everybody along. Let's go straight. We have another caller that is calling through. Once again, this is Koikimedia. It's live. We're just about 3:30 a.m. Good morning and happy Sunday. Good morning, my brother. You are live now.
Yeah. I want to ready because caller to cut dancing. Come up, you know, when you could be a professor, so caller to cut dancing. Pẹ̀lú òyìnbó tó ń sọ, ti yẹn, because òyìnbó àpọ́nlé ni, scam ni, ti yẹn, ẹ̀ṣin fọ́ ni, tẹ́ẹ̀bà fọ́, ní sóyìnbó, tàlẹ́fẹ́ carry along. Òyìnbó tẹ́ ní sọ láti jọ èyí tí wọ́n gbọ́, ṣe ń gbọ́. Ẹ̀ṣin fọ́ ni, ẹ̀fọ́ ni, tẹ́ẹ̀bà fọ́, tẹ́nibọ̀dì ò bá fọ́, ní sóyìnbó, wèrè la máa fi bọ́ tí mo pé wèrè aláṣọ wà, wèrè olóyìnbó wà. Kò nígbà téèyàn bá fàṣọ ya mọ́rùn rẹ̀ lọ́rùn kẹ́tọ́ mọ̀ pé wèrè ni. Ṣé mọ̀ pé inú ayé la wà ni? Ó dì gan, ó ti yẹn. Àwọn èèyàn jára wọn, kọ́ jára wọn.
Okay. So he's a brother I know very well. You just want to carry the brothers along the line. Ogbo Yoruba Ju kilo dalelo. But let's just not worry on that too much. As you saw, Lori, East Timor. And East Timor, Oruvila, the people, Oruvila Vasoro. Briefly. Oya goes okay, Oruvila. Yeah.
Torí pé àwọn ẹ̀yà míì tó ń gbọ́ program yẹn bẹ́ẹ̀ ni kó bá lè yé wọn nù pápẹ́ tó dẹ fún wa ẹ máa wọ́n pápẹ́ tó máa ẹ máa wọn pápẹ́ tó máa ń dàbí pé oúnjẹ wà ń bẹ̀ oúnjẹ kàbìjì bí ẹ pé pápẹ́ yẹn máa sọ fún ẹ pé máa bọ̀ wá mú mi ẹni tí afọ́jú tó bá sọ̀rọ̀ sí létí ní pé ogun ń bọ̀ tí ò tètè kú ẹrù ẹ̀ òun nìyá máa jẹ tó ti yẹ yín mo pè wọlé padà káwọn èèyàn mọ̀ pé ibi tèmi ti wá mi nǹkan ṣe ọmọ Yorùbá lásán ọmọ Yorùbá tó ní ọ̀rọ̀ tó ní èwe tó lágbà lẹ́sẹ̀ lèmi ìgádùn kan ràn lọ bí èmi sí ní ìsàlẹ̀kù so mi nǹkan kì í ṣe pangolo ọmọ Yorùbá tó ní èwe tó dàgbà pẹ̀lú àwọn
inú wọn ti dùn nísìnyí pa kí ló tẹ̀ wá sọ gbogbo eré látẹ̀ nǹkan.
nǹkan tó fà á tí mo fi pè wọlé nìyẹn èmi ń ṣe diplomatic work ẹ máa ń sọ pé ká ṣe ni mo fi ń ṣe òyìnbó kó bàa lè yé àwọn ẹ̀yà tó kù nítorí pé kó bàa lè yé wọn pé inú pàkúté tá a wà tó o bá tètè jáde omi gbóná ló máa fi bó ara ẹ omi gbóná gidigidi because situation tá à ń wọ̀ lọ́nsìn àti ní El Chapo as president Osama bin Laden as vice president so ẹni tí ò bá yé
àti wọ́n ga ọ́ ọlọ́mọdé wọ́n ga ọ́ ó dà ẹ ṣe gọ́dí ẹ ṣe mo kí owó ẹni ti sàlẹ̀ kó ti ìgangan àbí ìganjọ àbí gbogbo ẹ̀ ìyá mi gbé mi lékè ẹ rí pé lálálẹ́ báyìí tá a bá ti wọnú ètò lọ oríṣiríṣi náà ni mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan sí à ń bára wa yọ̀ náà ni lótìtọ́ lódodo àmì èmi náà máa ń sọ òyìnbó ọ̀pẹ̀rẹ̀ náà ni even though pé àpáàsì English ní school sat wá ṣáà dúpẹ́ pé mo ṣáàdá pé mo mọ bí ṣe páàsì maths ìyẹn ló sì mo ní maths kẹ maths mo fail ẹ̀ pa ni mo mọ bí ṣe páàsì Yorùbá but a ṣáà dúpẹ́ fún Ọlọ́run pé à ń sọ tátàtà. On the serious note, báwo la ṣe fi gbé papọ̀ moving forward? It will be difficult. So Sodiq Alimi Muki, Silver Gold, welcome to the program. Báwo la ṣe fi gbé papọ̀? Ìgbé papọ̀ wa òun là ń sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí. Ìgbé papọ̀ àwa kọ́ là ń sọ pé ọmọ Yorùbá sí Yorùbá lóńdó sékìtì náà. Ìgbé papọ̀ wa pẹ̀lú àwọn ẹ̀yà tó kù. So that we are not marginalized in Lagos State by the Igbo people. So that we are not marginalized by the Igbo people in Ondo State. We are not marginalized by the Hausa people in Imbola Hausa Posiju, apart from Imbola Posi. You know, we don't want to be marginalized even by already at you are marginalized later. Kitwa were marginalized, Belaon Lebanese, Nile Yoruba, New Ogun State. Because our governors they can't be bothered. And then Koikimedia lowo àwọn Lebanese lowo tama invest sílẹ̀ Yoruba. And these are all the problems we are facing. Oh yeah, mo le wọlé ní Nigeria, everybody knows that. You know, abroad not at the one. Ìgà ìdúgànràn ṣe gan ni. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin ti Lagos Island. Níbi tí fàájì ń lọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí àwọn kan wà ní club ní sẹ́gun táwọn sọ ìkòsí tó kàn wọ́n rówó iná ní Nàìjíríà rabika they don't care, they just enjoying their life. Our concern, it's okay, not everybody is gonna be concerned. Mo kí bàbá wa Larry King but gbogbo wa náà tàbá débi tá à ń lọ tán gbogbo wa náà la máa láǹfààní. Mo kí bàbá wa tí mo lọ sí Kétu Aláké níbi táwọn ti ń ṣe ìjọ tiwọn ìjọ ẹ̀mí mímọ́. Ìjọ oríṣiríṣi ló wà o ìjọ òkùnkùn wà but ìjọ ẹ̀mí mímọ́ ni tiwọn ní Kétu Aláké. Mo kí dáadáa bàbá wa Adé Gorolóyè Tọ́pẹ́ Sami. I almost miss this life. No, you can't miss it because I always stay a little bit late. I mean, I don't know how long we're there. I'm not using my software, so I'm just using my phones and laptop and all that. I have about how many phones? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're running about almost 6 different devices. All about routine babawa. Ìrìn àjò ẹ̀mí mímọ́ la gbé dání. Inú òkùnkùn ní Nàìjíríà wà. Inú òkùnkùn lóde mọ́. Inú òkùnkùn burúkú. Mo kí wa ìyàwó ẹlẹ́nkan sí ti First Bank. And àwọn tí wọ́n kó wa sínú ẹ̀ wọ́n ti ready láti fi tú wa sílẹ̀ but Elédùmarè sọ pé òun ṣe tán òun ti tú wa sílẹ̀. Àwọn kan ní kílámì ipò ti tú wa sílẹ̀ àwọn ò tí rẹ̀ lójú yín, àwọn tó ní ojú inú, àwọn tó lójú inú wọ́n mọ̀. I'm talking about from the spiritual side of things. Wọ́n mọ̀. But àwa tá à tí ní ojú inú là ń béèrè ìbéèrè. But whether they like it or not, that system tí wọ́n pretend lé lórí tó fi ń govern wa, ó máa collapse. It will collapse. And by the time it collapses, the freedom that we are all expecting, I'm a breather. Mukimamiwa Folashade Ekaboma. Just raising a sight once again. Yeah, I was listening to Mayegun as well, like I said, briefly, because my wife loved Mayegun so much, you know, even if I don't watch him all the time, my wife cannot do without watching Mayegun. And she had all these other programs that she watched. There's another one, Adam's Link. There's another one, you know, our women, you know, all this too much, you know, apropos on the YouTube. Mukimba Baba Adisa Kabi Adebola. Yo Shekiambe yen. Mutila Gometa Abo. To e pe Nigeria lo wa to sin no nisin ni ama no fe muti ta lo ma fo mi gbona sínú kini la le báyìí. Mutila Gometa Abo. Mo lóyìnbó. I'm a British. So, Bashin Solo, Yoruba country, freedom yen, loju aye wa lo ma wa. Because even as East Timor gba independence in 2002, there was another country in the pipeline. No, I believe, I don't know how many countries, but I know that Sudan or South Sudan or whatever it is was 2011. So Taliban sọ pé àwa náà ní jáde débi pé a máa wà officially kò ń ṣe ràtìràtì tí wọ́n ń gbé káàkiri yẹn o. Ẹ ṣe mọ ràtìràtì kọ ràtìràtì nìyẹn. Ràtìràtì wọ́n wà lábẹ́ ètò báyìí tó ń gbọ́ nǹkan tí mo ń sọ. Àní táìmì yín mọ́. Ràtìràtì lẹ gbé dání yẹn. Ràtìràtì lẹ gbé dání yẹn. À ń sọ èyí tó máa jẹ́ officially tó máa recognize ìran Yorùbá gẹ́gẹ́ bí orílẹ̀-èdè. Ó lè wáyé, a ní láti yìnbọn fúnra wa. Like I said, we jókòó sórí round table. Olúkálùkù mélòó la fẹ́ pín sí. And we don't want anybody to be cheated. A fẹ́ jẹ́ kíyàn kan wá jí ilẹ̀ mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́. Gbogbo yẹn, olúkálùkù á kọ́ submit ti ẹ̀ ní. Okay, because àwọn Biafra náà láwọn ibi kan tó fi gbà táwọn kan máa ní náà àwọn ò fẹ́. Toast ló tún ṣe toast aago mẹ́ta àbọ̀ láì gbàwó. Àbọ̀rọ̀ mọ̀ yé nísìn. Gbọ́ mi yé. We can sit. Okay, Nigeria lele Jaguar, right? Nigeria lele kò fi ṣe example ni. Olúkálùkù á sọ ibi tí tọ̀dọ̀ tiẹ̀ wà. Àmú gbogbo yẹn á discuss yẹn out. And now àwọn tó they don't even have to be ẹni tó kàwé. All they just have to do, okay, ibi báyìí ni tiwa dé, okay, wa kọ sílẹ̀. Ibi báyìí ni tọ̀dọ̀ tiwa dé, no, and we can discuss that for the next, even if it's 3 years, títí tá máa fi wá split ìlú yẹn. But in tó ń ṣe nísìnyí ni pé Tinubu débẹ̀, Jagaba, Agbada, mo retí gọ́vnà ẹni tó fi contest fún gọ́vnà Kogi State, olóńdọ̀bálẹ̀ fún. Kí ni gbogbo nonsense yẹn? Ẹ fi máa fi wá ta yín, ẹ̀yin Yorùbá politician. Ẹ fi máa fi wá ta yín, máa lọ máa campaign ní every 4 years. Ẹ ti tọ́jú owó pamọ́ tó bá ti ń tó election, ẹ rọ́ owó jáde. Ẹ ti di akágàn nísìn, àní rí yín. Tẹ́dún bá ń bọ̀, ẹ lọ máa ròróró. They have bastard money. Ẹ rí Dino bó ṣe máa, because Dino máa kún fi ṣe governor. Ṣé ẹ rántí pé gbogbo last year or the year before, Dino máa ń ra ìrẹsì rẹpẹtẹ, ra gàrí rẹpẹtẹ. Ṣé ẹ rí pé ó fẹ́ jáde ní sọ fẹ́ di governor? Ibo lòun ti rí adúrú owó yẹn tó fi ń ra. Let's multiply. At least roughly, each of these politicians have money to buy. Roughly, how many bags? Can I exaggerate? How many bags do you think a politician will buy at any time, whether it's Christmas, Easter, Eid, whatever, blah, 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 just bags of rice in one local government, a community, roughly, whether it's an House of Rep or Senator, how many bags do you think they will bring to the community? Roughly 10 bags, 20 bags. Salary bags of rice here. Why are we deceiving ourselves? This system is not working, and it is never designed to work. Hello?
Hello, sir. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n ṣàlàyé àwọn àrùsá yẹn wọ́n máa ń nílé lọ́tọ̀ tó jẹ́ pé tí wọ́n fi máa gbó táwọn èèyàn fi máa yọ wọn fi fojú ríra wọn ní bára wọn ṣe. So Nàìjíríà ló fi wé ọmọ ìyá náà àrùsá mẹ́ta tó jẹ́ pé kò yẹ ká bára wa ṣe. Bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ti bára wa ṣe ìpalára ló bá gbogbo wa. Àwùsá o àti Fúlàní o gbọ́dọ̀ ní òfin gbẹ̀rẹ̀ àwọn Haúsá Fúlàní àti Yorùbá wa síbò ìpalára mi. Ọ̀rọ̀ tí lọ́ba tó tẹ̀ pé ìwà kan kálukú tó lọ lọ́tọ̀ kára ìjà kò dé. Ìdáhùn yẹn ni mo ní pé sáré pọ̀ yẹn. Ẹni tẹ̀sí ẹ bá ti béèrè láti ní kí àwọn èèyàn dá sí kó lè ṣe gbogbo wa ní bá ti wà.
Thank you so much. So, Bashan Solo, I think Muriba kan náà tán pé ẹ pé padà. We are all living in denial. Àwọn olóṣèlú wa gangan, àwọn ló níṣẹ́ tó pọ̀ jù. But they can't be bothered. They prefer the system. System that run in Nigeria is preferable for them. You know, if you can get in there, you can sacrifice to get in there. That's it. Every big Kenishan sunkún káàkiri. Ìtò wà lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ yẹn bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn. Ẹ̀rọ mi ló ti orúkọ tó máa ń ṣe movie tó lọ join àwọn politician. Kí lorúkọ ẹ̀ tó wà ní Surulere. Ẹ̀rí pé nígbà tí election dé, ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí jáde nígbà tó rí pé àwọn ọmọ Peter Obi máa léwu dànù. Kí lorúkọ ọ̀bọ̀n ẹ̀rọ mi ló ti orúkọ ẹ̀. He was once an actor, Desmond Tutu. Desmond Elliot. We all saw the way it was because ẹmọ tó ń jẹ nínú ẹ ní ẹmọ tí Desmond Elliot ń jẹ wá ṣe ètùtù àwọn náà máa ń ṣe gbogbo nǹkan yẹn wá lọ sí ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì wá bẹ Ọlọ́run àwọn báwa náà ṣe ń bẹ Ọlọ́run pàpẹ lọ àwọn náà ń bẹ Ọlọ́run wọn ń bẹ Ọlọ́run pé Nàìjíríà máa ti pín Desmond Elliot tó sọ ọmọ ẹdẹ Nàìjíríà rán sí mi náà ní mo ṣá àbúrò mo yẹ nísìn. Desmond Elliot. They are all the same. They want the trajectory of Kama Siwon. Ashimama Siwon olóṣèlú wa. Ìjọ la fi sí wọn dé. Wọ́n ní Koikimedia turn by turn ni. Okay, turn by turn. But is that the process in the long run? Ẹ fẹ́ ká kọ́ máa wá jókòó ká máa ṣe analysis ká máa sọ̀rọ̀. Tí kò bá ṣe any headway, then there will be war. Ogun máa bẹ́lẹ̀ ní Nigeria. Whether the Yoruba people are ready or not, you know, whether even the Biafra are not ready or not, there will be small group of people that will just bomb somewhere and then everywhere become bloom. It might not literally be the Yoruba people. How do you control Iran boys contortion to pop up? Government in it? We don't know. I'm sure some have seen their video. I couldn't post it, but it's on Twitter. I'm not put on devil or bear devil, you know. I don't know whether it's a new video or old video, but it has surfaced out again on the social media. Because I can say Asari Dokubo is protecting his interest. That's why he's endorsing Tinubu. Asari Dokubo is just endorsing it. Are you ready? Are you ready to come out? Okay. Asari Dokubo is, you know, he pulled out a crowd in Rivers State yesterday. Was it yesterday or day before yesterday for Tinubu? That they must make sure that Tinubu swearing in goes ahead as planned. Why is he doing all that? Because unprotected interest here. It's all about it. And the more you become a warlord. So Taliban a warlord, and then we have the other faction that are also saying, no, we don't want to be. Then there's a problem in the country. That means we are not united. Because if Asari Dokubo is okay, because he believes that Tinubu projecting that now, Tinubu will not be able to look into what Asari Dokubo is doing, or there's another guy called Tompolo. These are warlord, and this is why the international community are concerned about Nigeria, that if Nigeria breaks right now, we will have so many fractions of warlords, and it might take a long time to unite everybody. And that's why we are saying that rather than go into that route, because Obati Dogun, Omadi warlord, we will have a lot of warlord. There's no doubt about it. And the international community might not be happy with such, but they are not also doing enough to make sure the indigenous people are given the opportunity. No, they can't intervene in the Nigerian policies and all that, but there's a way they can put pressure on the Nigerian government to allow the indigenous people, to perform their rights. America can do that, UK can do that, France can do that, Canada can do that, Germany can do that. These are powerful countries of their own. But war, inu Nigeria ni koko beti won. Nigeria produce crude oil. I don't know what thousands of barrels or millions of barrels, every week. But these barrels moves out on the ship to countries around the world. I've shown you all the time on the website called oec.world. And when you get there, type in Nigeria and look for 2021. Our major foreign exchange is the crude oil. And today, we are still suffering even for that crude oil. Am I making sense? It might not make sense to some of you, but our with the long run and the projection of Iluyen, it will not survive it. Especially if we continue to marginalize each other. Because I'm marginalize our and won't marginalize our I don't think marginalize and we do me, and we want things to work. Oh, my difficult gone. Hello, caller. Hello, I think we've done 2 hours already. Okay. wọ́n rò pé àwọn German kan ni, but ẹ̀yin la ṣe ń sọ fún wọn pé kó jẹ́ ká jókòó kájọ sọ̀rọ̀ yìí ní tọmọ tàbúrò tẹ̀gbọ́n-tàrẹ́, kájọ jókòó ọmọlúàbí tẹ́bá náà ní gbọ́ in the long run àwọn kọ́kọ́ máa dìde tí à nílé control tó dẹ̀ máa dá iṣu sílẹ̀, iṣu yẹn dẹ̀ máa affect gbogbo wa ọlọ́mọdé àárẹ̀ iṣu. tó bá yẹ pé àwọn Yorùbá ó wá dàbí àwọn ọmọ Nàìjíríà dẹ̀ta ní gbogbo rẹ̀ ò sí ní gbogbo náà sí. nítorí pé wọ́n kọ́ wa àtọmọlúàbí tó jẹ́ káwọn ọlọ́mọ òfin wọ́n já mọ́. mo bá pàtí pa bí 20 ní láti 3 years ago ẹ mọ̀ pa serious. ọmọlúàbí ni wà ẹnu la kàn ń dán lórí social media bọ̀dọ̀ àwọn tó ní dún ẹnu wọ́n kù díẹ̀ tó máa jáde táà nílé control. àwa lè sọ máa di torí pé àwa Yorùbá á tún bẹ̀rù pé táwọn fọwọ́ bá dà. nǹkan fi ń pè wá ní Yorùbá náà nìyẹn ọmọlúwàbí. ìdílé máa ń sọ̀rọ̀ ọdún àwọn ọlọ́pàá mẹ́lì kò sí bí mo ń lọ ọlọ́pàá òun náà dé láìsí lọ́ọ̀yà àjà ló tó fún mi. bí náà ilé ti tán bí mi. èèyàn gbọ́dọ̀ mọ láìjẹ́ o. bẹ́ẹ̀ni. sẹ́yìn nǹkan méjì ló ń ba Yorùbá lẹ́rù. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni. àǹbẹ̀ Ọlọ́run pé kó má dé stage yẹn, Ọlọ́run lè ní jẹ́ kó dé stage yẹn, tí wọ́n bá fà á, tó bá jẹ́ kó fà á débi tí ó máa lọ dé stage yẹn, ó máa difficult láti control, and the world is very very concerned because tí warlord bá ti wà nínú ìlú kan, ó máa difficult. America cannot control what is happening in Sudan anymore. They are talking to the two major military leaders. Wọ́n bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀, but wọ́n tí gbọ́ sí America lẹ́nu. Ẹ ṣe gan bàbá wa. Ìjà mẹ̀kúnnù dẹ̀ ni kò ń da rárá. Ìjà mẹ̀kúnnù kò ń da rárá. Olówó ni kò fi kú. Kí ni kan mẹ̀kúnnù?
Àwọn là ní gbà fún wọn torí àwọn ìyẹn wọ́n lẹ́jà ti pa ogun wa rán. Káwọn sábì àwọn máa tọ́ látọ̀ sí Amẹ́ríkà nítorí pé wọ́n lẹ́jà ti pa ọ̀pọ̀ kọ́ńtì. Àwọn adẹ̀rẹ̀ àwọn lẹ́jà ti pa ọ̀pọ̀ kọ́ńtì. Àwọn ráyè àti wọn lè ti gbogbo kò ní sísà lẹ́sìn. Nítorí jẹ́ kí wọ́n mọ̀ pé àwọn ń jẹ́ lọ nìyẹn là. Lẹ́yìn ìbò kankan ò ní wá ṣàmà fún wa láti yàrá wa. Sọ̀rọ̀ pa ọkùnrin. Láyé ìgbà táwọn bàbá wa jagun àti ìfọyà wọn lọ bá ìbò kankan tán tó gbé ara wọn sáàbì nǹkan ìbílẹ̀ wa làwọn náà jà. Téèyàn bá nílé ẹ̀ fún ẹ̀ jà ta ní kó tó wá jà àwa làwọn wò pé kò sí tábà tó ní sọ tábà tó ní kúfẹ̀.
Gbogbo ń ta tẹ̀ ń sọ pé kinní yẹn gan inú ilé ló wà wá kàn ń dára wa láàmú ni kò tí ì dé stage yẹn ni. Gbogbo àwọn tó máa ń sọ pé àní nǹkan kan torí kò ń ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ ní gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì máa lè control tó bá dé stage yẹn. Àwọn gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì kan section kan máa yá dànù ni.
Ẹni pé wọ́n bẹ̀rù bàbá afẹ́fẹ́ tó action lásán ní ìlà.
Ó kù
bàbá
bẹ́ẹ̀
máa ń pè nǹkan action lásán.
action ni.
Ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá.
Action ni. Máa dé stage
Bàbá
yẹn.
afẹ́fẹ́ tó fẹ́. Ẹ wo ìtọ́jú táwọn gba ti bàbá afẹ́fẹ́ tó lò sí pé action wọ́n ta action.
Nǹkan pè lákanni ọkùnrin nìyẹn. Akọni ọkùnrin nìyẹn. Wọ́n dẹ̀ pọ̀ náà nílẹ̀ Yorùbá ọkọ̀ dákẹ́ bí ejò ni. Akọni ni. Mo kí Mr. Akin.
Ẹlòmíì lágbára kò láṣẹ. Ẹlòmíì àṣẹ gẹ́gẹ́. Ẹgbẹ́ bá lágbára tó láṣẹ kò gbòògùn.
Action.
Àmẹ́yẹ tó lóògùn tó gbòògùn. Àṣẹ gẹ́gẹ́ ní kókó. Gbogbo àwọn pípù tó lágbára yẹn. Ojú ogun làwọn tí wọ́n máa lágbára. Ojú ogun làwọn tí wọ́n máa lágbára tiwa. Ẹ̀tọ́ bá jẹ́ jagunjagun táwọn bàbá àjòyè jọ bá bẹ̀rù ogun gbà náà. Owó orí wọ́n mọ̀ sí owó orí lọ́wọ́ wa. Àwọn tẹ́wọ̀n gbàdé lọ́wọ́ òyìnbó kankan tó ti pé wọ́n jagun gbà náà. Odijọ́jọ́ kan náà fi jagun Àgbẹ̀kọ̀yà lásìkò bẹ̀yẹ.
Turn the light off when you're coming. Let me know.
Ẹ̀yin náà wọ́n fi ní àwọn nígbà odijọ́jọ́ kan.
I've carry oh yeah, come on quickly. Not been toast. Let me say this clearly. There can still be room for negotiation on the disintegration of what is known as Nigeria. But there are so many stakeholders. Last Brown, Muki Dada, Eunice, good evening to the program. Muki into Canada and Japan, all over the world, especially African countries where you are spending a hell of money just to sit down and say, Can you go to face Solale? You know, and we hope our message and Sony Tatata unje understandable for. There can still be room for dialogue. Because the moment that means there's dialogue. We can dialogue. Whether they are our enemies or not, we can dialogue. We say we sit on the round table, you know, it cannot literally be Nigeria. We can take that to outside the country where we discuss, you know. Babakito did that in the letter we sent to Buhari on August 6th. Mr. Theophilus Akintunde, welcome to the program. There's still room, láti dialogue, actually, room, láti, but ìjọ tí pàpàpà bá ti dún lókè, whether in Yoruba land, whether in Middle Belt, whether in any part of Nigeria, that will lead to what is not going to be a dialogue for a very long time. Because some of the West will fuel it more. They want that. They want us to go to war. And when West, they don't care. You think they're bothered? You can see them moving their own. I mean, if I was in Sudan, they will move me out. It's as simple as that. Because as long as I have the right to be in this country, they will move me. But okay, you move 300. Okay, maximum those international community that are in Sudan, probably give and take, probably about 20 million people there. I don't know. So you move them out. What about the citizens that are there? So all these international community, we do election, it's not perfect. We should go and wait. For how long? Oh, we wait to perfect it. I'll probably be my 95 like Baba Adebanjo. By the time I'm 95, those ones are gone. By the time I'm 95, I don't hope that Baba Adebanjo will be alive. We pray more for him for a good health at 95 where he is right now. But by the time I'm 95, he shouldn't be alive. He should have been gone because, I mean, he would have been very, very old. And 200 years from now, every single person watching me, we are all gone. What are we going to leave behind? You think they can't take the land? It might be gradually, but they will eventually take the land. And then the next generation will cost every one of us. We'll all be suffered. I'm a cost Lubua. But how did we get to where we could not even achieve it? Because we are fearful people. And that is because the purpose of that is what the West wants. Give weapon to people to suppress you. I mean, we have crazy police officer in here as well, likewise any other country. But Soldier Nigeria, have you ever asked yourself that Koiki tó máa ń wọṣọ sójà káàkiri, sójà ò ṣe na Koiki, ṣé wọ́n lè sọ pé Koiki sójà ni? Okay, nígbà tí mo bá dé fìlà jáde ní àwọn èèyàn ṣe sọ pé sójà ló ń lọ yẹn. Tí gbọ́n wọn tí mo sọ. Gbọ́rọ̀ yìí dáadáa. Sójà, British sójà, kò ṣe nà mí tó bá rí mi lọ́nà pé what are you doing with our emblem? But kí ló dé tó ṣe ń nà yín ní Nàìjíríà? What are they trained for? The soldiers or the military are trained to defend the ìlú ni. What has the military even got to be doing outside the barracks in the first place? If they are not off duty. And if you're off duty, you shouldn't be putting on that uniform. But we see that the military also is riding Okada from Oshodi to Abulegba so that it can make extra money. And the moment somebody sees him with this cap alone, I have got on their bike. I loved going on the bike each time I come to Nigeria. Before the Yoruba Nation, I travel a lot on the bike. It's very risky, but it's very also quicker to get to my destination. And sometimes we target those ones that are military because, nobody stops them. So if I'm going from Alimosho to, VI, we have the guy that will come and pick us. We're two of us. And then we move, boom. Nobody's going to stop him because why? He's putting on the military emblem. Is that the kind of system you want us to be operating? Military has nothing to do outside the barracks. But they're outside the barracks, and what they are doing is they are marginalizing every single one of us. Muki, Mr. Anjori, Muki, our BC. And this is why we are saying to our people that even if we are saying that Afegeki democracy could work in Nigeria, let's even for argument's sake, we want democracy to work in Nigeria for argument's sake now. How are we going to make the democracy to work to satisfy, to make sure that nobody is marginalized in what is called entity Nigeria today? How? How do we do it? So this is Nigeria right there that I'm pointing to. If you look at it, I know the light is a little bit disturbing, but Nigeria is just about there, as you can see it. Everything of our see. My question then is, how do we make sure that democracy works, even if not in 100%? Okay, let me ask this question. 1999 till date, out of 1 to 10, give us what democracy is to you. Láti 1 to 10. 1 is the most bad. 10, 1, they're saving a life. Boom, boom, boom. 1 is bad. So we grade it like that, then 10 is good. Let's hear from you. A comment. This part of the globe in West Africa, democracy to you, 1 is the worst. And be fair, don't be sentimental. Don't look at Buhari, don't look at Jonathan, don't look at Obasanjo, don't look at Shehu Yaradua. 1 to 10 in democracy that you understand, whether you understand it after we all started Yoruba Nation or you to understand after Koiki left Nigeria. Because I left Nigeria in 1998 before your fraudulent election started. So why are we living in denial? So how long do you want us to now start repairing this democracy to make sure that at least people, and who are the people? Me and you. It doesn't matter when I'm outside the country. I want to come back to Nigeria and to be safe. I want to be in Nigeria if I'm tiba roofing. I want to complain. I think Lagos State is doing that now, which for me is good if they're doing that. If to buy Jano red light or my for any ticket, we get the same thing here. So kill one complaint for, but people need to be educated around that. Kill on red light for of your pioneer. You must be crazy to buy Jano. I don't think it's a lot, but I'm sure, Obaniwan will be within another 2 weeks. We'll build a pada or one le bishop. But what's the law about gonself? Obani connection with Bamaralu at the Ottawa Anita. But I think it's got to do with power surge. And a problem none here. I don't know. That is what I heard. Muki Yawa Stella Abiodun. Muki Bwenti Yankee, Muki Asia, Malaysia, the Dubai, and most especially Great Yoruba Nation. Say Baba Fela don't talk and before. Crazy democracy. Everyone Michelle going on and came for Nigeria and 3 the democracy. Wow. You call it 3 1 to 1 Nimori, even though nobody was commenting. Mukele and concert as well. YTV Ola Olong. So we are now at the final hour. Connect you 3 hours long. So by 5 o'clock UK time, 5 a.m. Nigerian time, we will wind down the program. So in case you are thinking, Koiki, you'll end the program here, I don't want to go. So you have an idea. And if I can't do up to 1 hour, then I'll let you know. Ekaro Mommy, Mrs. Stella, Moking Bubuile Konsi, happy Sunday. Along what on she shared, whether we like it or not. Itajesile ti wanu Nigeria to pogon. It's not today. Yoruba Nation. It's been there. It has always been there, and it will continue to be there. Oshimama wanibe, because I want to echo system. One sakuru no Nigeria. I mean, I always talk about Akeredolu. Call about Fulalafia because Akeredolu that I met in I think 2017, if I'm right. I met him. with his pot belly thereby. I asked him question. Program can look me Ondo State. It was a car racing something. He's not feeling very well. He has actually dropped down in weight. For Koba treatment in Ondo State, on Salosi Germany. And the same market, mommy wa comfort, and I the video yẹn. Ó wà lórí Koikimedia YouTube. Ní àná, àwọn tó bá wa ṣiṣẹ́ ní Ondo State ní Àkúrẹ́, gbogbo ilẹ̀ rí truck yẹn ní 2023. Irú truck yẹn ṣe ń drive lórí títì. Ṣé mọ̀ pé aṣọ ló fi so truck yẹn mọ́ ìsàlẹ̀ base. Let me see if I can show the video. And Akeredolu goes to Germany and lọ lórí balloon first class. Tó bá máa lọ sí Germany yẹn, wo ló máa bá lọ? Ṣé Lufthansa máa ń wá sí Nigeria bí? Ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì ń wá because I don't know. I wọ first class. I land the airport wọn. Wá gbé hospital. A tọ́jú ara ẹ̀. A parọ́ pé òun lọ ṣe conference. Kò tẹ̀ parọ́ náà the last one. Ìyàwó ẹ̀gbọ́n sọ pé wọ́n fún ní concussion mu. Pé kó sọ fún girlfriend ẹ̀ pé kó yé fún ọkọ òun ní concussion kó má pa sínú ilé fóun. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n wo bí àmọ́ lè mú fídíò yẹn jáde. Ọmọ wa tó tún wá record, ó tún wá threaten ẹ̀. This is all happening in Ondo State. We're not using the software, so let's just manage it like this.
This is a very wonderful.
This is a very wonderful. Kilo wonderful nínú truck burúkú tó ti fẹ́. What feel assure? You might not see it properly. You can go on Koikimedia. I don't know whether I posted it on Instagram yet. I'll see. I'm not too sure whether it's posted on Instagram because sometimes we work with the laptop, but I have to bring it back to my phone. And then, I mean, Instagram doesn't allow you to upload. I don't know because it's part of their system. It doesn't allow you to upload from the laptop straight to the Instagram. It has to be from the phone. And it's all about, the artificial, whatever, the algorithm and blah, blah, blah. But let's just manage to watch it. But if you're looking for it on Instagram, you will not find it here because I uploaded. Let's just watch it. Ó ti fẹ́ gbẹ́.
Ó dẹ̀ ní láti kọ̀ntínà orí ẹ̀fẹ́ yí dànù, ó tún ní láti máa fi aṣọ, ó tún máa fi so, which is very bad. Ó dà sọ ní ẹ pé Nigeria is a fool. Ẹ máa wáyọ tó
wọ aṣọ tó fi ń so. I mean, I'm going to bring it closer so you can see. Ẹ jẹ́ ká bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti phone kankan. You can see the aṣọ tó fi so. Kò ń ṣe rin o, wọ́n fi aṣọ so. And this is meant to be Ondo State where Akeredolu, at least, we thought. And I want to record Otun Baja. Why are you recording us? Just as they do in Lagos State as well. This, aṣọ ni mo sọ, aṣọ kò tó bá tẹ̀ jẹ́ kí là ń pè ìta máa ń lò lọ́dọ̀ tiwa níbí báyìí tó máa tighten ẹ̀ dáadáa. Aṣọ òun ni wọ́n fi ń so truck yìí. Wọ́n náà fi ń kó ilẹ̀. And it just shows that Nigeria, some might say, Koiki, gbogbo tó ń sọ yìí, it will all change. It's just a matter of time. I'm not disputing that, but I don't know whether in reality that is going to happen. Okay, Mom can continue. For you to smile small. I heard Sister Modupe Ola Motosho say she's not your wife because some are disturbing her with a lot of questions. Kí ló dé don't disturb my sister in Germany. Yeah, I'm going to learn by ìyàwó níyàwó lẹ́yìn. Let me start calling it a night. So that we just leave it like that. I hope Bugua understand that democracy has been practiced for 24 years or 23 years now. It is still ongoing by the time Tinubu takes over by the end of next month, which is just about less than 28 days from today, because tomorrow is Monday 1st. Today is Sunday, the 30th. So it is now countdown to Tinubu, whatever is going to happen. Our Tawala abroad might say not much, but our pocket will continue to be supporting those at home. It does not matter how small we, even if we say we are, you don't we can't do so. But in the long run, Tinubu is just another disaster about to start. You might not like that statement. It's a fact. He might have his own good intention, but the system will be too big for him to deal with. So Tinubu need a lot of expectation. I am saying it from the start. Tinubu cannot perform anything, even if he has the executive power. It will be another waste of time. And we will be here to tell you and remind you. You might say, Koiki, you might be wrong, okay, Shalom, but we wait and see. It's all about the projection. And the war tank being seen, because Senator sọ pé kódà bó fẹ́ lọ ṣe exam, ó máa ní projection pé bí ó máa pass ó máa fail, subject to be able to prepare for that. A lot of us have attended extra tuition lesson and blah, blah, blah. We end up failing because we know that we are not prepared for that exam. And that is the way it is. But Power, Yoruba, we're very, very, we're still loyal, just like people say, we're loyal. And that might be that Koiki, it doesn't matter who Motoba saw. Naira is 930. I don't expect any quick change, probably in the first 4 years of Tinubu, but after that, a lot of you will start getting tired. Let's leave Tinubu alone from the federal. Let's come back to some of your state governors. Whether it's Sanwo-Olu that is there, that a lot of you wanted to vote for, because during the election, I saw that a lot of Yoruba people were, we are who we are. I can't blame you. But Tinubu is, Sanwo-Olu is back now. Is it for the agenda of the Yoruba people? Or is Sanwo-Olu the governor of Lagos State? Is it for the agenda of Yoruba people? Or maybe just to protect the interests of Yoruba, and that's why there was a little bit of hula there during the election, Our attention Yoruba nation, we dropped down our guard a little bit. Not me. But it's understandable. Sanwo-Olu. But we can't say anything now until bí a bá tún jáde lọ sí bẹ́ẹ̀ padà la máa lè sọ pé Sanwo-Olu dẹ̀ sọ fún pé kó dìbò fún yín náà. Kò bá má ṣe yẹn. Tí àbátẹ̀ wa lọ sí rally àbí protest for argument's sake, ṣáwọn house ìyẹn kí ni speaker wọn, that criminal guy, tí wà ń bẹ̀ láti 2015 if I'm right, Obasa, dẹ̀ tó ra ticket á lọ sí Saudi á lọ jòkó fún ṣẹ̀tánì, àwọn tó yẹ ká jòkó fún. We're all living in denial. Elowa Gege. And now, if I can't Igbo Bale, Speaker Lagos State is Agege ni constituency. Elowa Uba Hausa to wa níbẹ̀. Cheryl Rauf Aregbesola. Somebody sent a picture to me. I can't authenticate it. When this was Rauf Aregbesola in 1999, working in somewhere in Alimosho. But they has changed. Maybe that's why, only a lot of, network within Alimosho side. I'm talking about Aregbesola. So maybe that's why, I can't take, that's why I didn't post the picture because, and to send sometimes, I don't know. But somebody sent a picture of Aregbesola before he became a governor or whoever he is right now. But the message was underneath was that you could be anything in Nigeria. That's fine. Yeah, you could be anything. It's Nigeria. But in the long run, every one of us will be accountable for whether we do nothing, say nothing. Koiki, does not matter. Mayegun spoke for, I don't know, 3 hours or 2 hours. People call in, people comment, just like we are doing here. Lady K was on the program today. Who else was on the program? Few people was on the program. Tomorrow is another day. Sunday, there's a lot of people, Yoruba, and everybody's coming out. So we are all coming out talking, but we still have a lot of Yoruba people that say, get out. Let's give Tinubu the opportunity. Nobody was holding Tinubu in the first place. We don't know the arrangement Tinubu had with the North. But we know that the arrangement that he had with Buhari was that Buhari to ba shetan, èmi ni ó kàn. Ó fi Maradona, ó pariwo síta, ó jọ̀wọ́lẹ̀ fún. So even if he does anything to change Nigeria, the North will fight back. And I use the word if, I-F, Indigo Freddy. Even if Tinubu bá ní intention láti change anything to break up Nigeria, the North will fight back. And they will fight back with the blood. And that will be the end of Nigeria as well. But all these is still debatable. We can still sit together. Even though I still say an hour, but I can just, if I get a little bit there. So going back to East Timor, don't distract me, slow down because it was just, I don't know why he's eating at this time of the hour, but, what can we say to a grown-up adult in the house? So let me quickly conclude East Timor. So I'm just going to go back, I might be but bear with me. East Timor was occupied by Indonesia for 24 years, from 1976 up to 1999. In a period, many, considered to be a genocide. It was estimated by one report that Indonesia was responsible for almost 180,000 deaths. 180,000 local within that 24 years period that it ruled East Timor. One rule Thank you so much, my big uncle, the norm. Yes, he started breakthrough in politics from Alimosho. Okay. Behind Tinubu should like it, even though one ninja meji, but I think they were able to sort out their differences because O campaign gone from Tinubu towards the end of that election in Alimosho to campaign from Tinubu. The human rights violations of Indonesian government resulted in a homegrown resistant movement. Resistant movement. Our own is not a resistant. In that way, resistant, I'm a gbébọn, I'm a yìnbọn, I'm a parawa, ibi tá bá pàdé olóṣèlú àbí sójà pa. But Ìgbòho sọ pé anytime tẹ́ bá ń jáde fún rally, òun ò fún yín pé kẹ́ lọ máa pààyàn. Ẹ jáde wọ́rọ́wọ́ kẹ́ wọlé. Tó bá mú yín, òun á gbà yín sílẹ̀. Bàbá Akíntóyè ní pé no, àníjà, a máa ṣe peacefully. A máa tẹ button, a máa bá ìlú sọ̀rọ̀, a máa kò ń ṣe dagboru tó dé tó kàn sọ jágbàjàgbà lẹ́nu, you understand? We're talking about the process. And that process sometimes might be a little bit as we expected, and sometimes it might not be, but does not mean that Baba Akintoye was just sitting there on the chair like they were trying to batter him and damage him and bring his integrity down and like Baba Yomotonso, a man that has been writing the history sketch of Yoruba in 1978. Tí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ sí Baba Akintoye, ìyá àti bàbá yín ò tí mọ̀ pé àwọn máa sunrun yín ni Baba Akintoye ti ń kọ history Yoruba ní 1978. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ yín tẹ̀ ń bú bàbá yẹn, tẹ̀ ń sọ̀rọ̀ sí bàbá yẹn, wọ́n ì tí lálàá pé wọ́n máa sunrun yín ni Baba Akintoye ti ń draft history. Ibo làwọn bàbá tí yẹn wá wà. So you can see that we have crazy Yoruba people tẹ̀ ń bú Baba Akintoye. and Buibo. So, only there was a movement, only Fratelline, and Wikipedia, Toba highlight, so Fratelline, and Mufi Sofuni, the Revolutionary Front for an Independent East Timor is a centered left political party in the East Timor. They presently hold 23 of 62 seats in the national parliament. Fratelline formed the government in East Timor until their independence in 2002. So, every difference, and we this is what our politicians are meant to be doing. We have voted for them in the Southwest. Their job is to go and represent us on the front in Abuja and tell those within their colleagues that àwọn Yorùbá sọ pé àṣẹ Nàìjíríà mọ́ àfi máa lọ. But láti 1999, can anybody just, I don't know, I mean, I don't want to come out and say I know. Can anybody tell me if any of our representatives, Latin 1999, have tabled Oro Yoruba conversation in the House, in their state, or the person representing us as a senator? Has anybody done that? It's a question I'm asking. But these they're bound to be military wing money, but I realize that they're like their political party. So they had 23 seats. Nino 65. We have a lot as well, even though we know that the North has the bigger share. But in what Tebueri, Afedaduro, Abi Amagba referendum, Abi Kofuane referendum, have they ever tabled it? Latin 1999. So it shows that they are not going to table it during Tinubu's time. Because Tinubu ni Baba on Jagaban, will bring one out. So then if you go against it, I don't think whether she also campaign for Tinubu. Let me read a comment from YouTube. Did Amosun, the former governor of Ogun State, did he campaign for Tinubu? Because I can't remember seeing him on the trail. Because Otagiri la mejeji. And you tell in Ogun State, did you see any picture of Amosun campaigning for Tinubu? All right, I'll see it. Okay, yes. And John is up with yes. Okay. I probably must have missed that. Because I remember during the the last election before this one, 2019, I was in Ogun State. Akinlade ni Amosun support. Why Tinubu support Dapo Abiodun, the criminal guy. So let's continue. So the Fratelline, at the get meaning I'll talk when the Fratelline was a long push for independence. Only our Fratelline, which is the representative of the East Timor, because àwọn yẹn mọ́tọ́fẹ́, àwọn olóṣèlú tiwa wọ́n mọ́tọ́fẹ́ o, ìtọ́fẹ́ ni pé ká wà nínú Nàìjíríà, kọ́ máa sọ fún wa pé àwọn máa ṣe títì, àwọn máa ṣe ná, àwọn máa gbé I'm also for the federal, not for the state. No, the question is, should campaign for Tinubu, campaign to Tinubu Sheton. Yani Momberi, your correct so you didn't. Silver gold so you didn't. So I'm not talking about the state, I'm talking about the federal. Because I just saw him on the trail. But colleague me contact your loss see Abel only be campaign whatever of Akinlade. Because ilé bọ̀bọ́ yẹn ni Akinlade ń gbé kó tó di pé everybody mọ̀. Òun dẹ̀ sọ fún mi pé Akinlade ti lọ ra bulletproof car kó tó di pé wọ́n máa declare Akinlade as the governor candidate. Pé òun gan wà sọ, all the dirty politics that they play in that messed up country. So he was explaining all that to me when we met at the hotel when I went to for the election observer in Ogun State. But they're all the same. So I know that, it never campaigned for, Dapo Abiodun. And I'm not sure whether they've been able to sort out the problem. Can we also call this Fratelline the Afenifere version? another angle there. I just saw the comment. I don't know who sent the comment, but let me bring it to my screen here. That's another good one. But ṣé Afẹ́nifẹ́re pushy agenda yẹn? Number one, Afẹ́nifẹ́re is not in the government. Koikimedia ni. Ìwọ mo fi ń ṣe landscape. Ìwọ lélẹ̀ Koiki Odùduwà lélẹ̀. No, Koikimedia ni mo need. Because ilé wa ni mo fi lọ ka comment ẹni tó post comment yẹn. Pé ṣé Afẹ́nifẹ́re lè dàbí. And you see why we need to start letting our people to on, because our fratellini nísìn iṣẹ́ tí wọ́n ní pé wọ́n campaign for independence. Ayomikun, who posted that? More emotion. Koshomo. Okay, yeah, Ayomikun only. Can we also call this fratellin the Afẹ́nifẹ́re version of Yoruba land? We cannot, because Afẹ́nifẹ́re does not have candidates or representative in each of the Yoruba land as our representative. We can say that in Yoruba land automatically, gbogbo àwọn tó jẹ́ representatives they are for Yoruba people. Even if we have some few Hausa and this and that. I don't know, see, let me leave this one like that. Agbakomo, because I'm now going to start winding down slowly. Afẹ́nifẹ́re is only there to make the push. They wanted to push in 1999 under AD. Lọ́ọ́ ṣe endorse Tinubu burúkú yìí. Tinubu ẹ̀wọ̀n tí Tinubu ṣe fún wọn, ó wọnú wọn, ó pín gbogbo wọn sí yẹ́lẹyẹ̀lẹ, ẹni tó máa fowó rà, ẹni tó ó bà gbogbo ẹ̀ jẹ́. Tinubu is a smart guy. Afẹ́nifẹ́re had a good intention for the Yoruba people, whether we like it or not. I met Baba Adebanjo few times, and behind closed door, there are some things they say that we can share on the live transmission like this. There are some things he said, but I know Biba Banye Yoruba nation love fair. Well, but interfering. But it's just that they don't want to come out and say this because I only, the route that they're going through with the restructuring of Nigeria, which they've done their best, but their best have not yield result. As far as we are concerned. So gbogbo wàhálà tí àwọn bàbá yẹn ṣe, mo ní sọ pé ó já sí pàbó. They are well represented in Nigeria. Kò sí bọ́ bá fi sọ̀rọ̀ kankan nísìn, wọ́n reference Afẹ́nifẹ́re. Even though pé a lè ní àwa náà ti di tí wọ́n máa reference Bàbá Akíntóyè níbi tọ́rọ̀ Yorùbá délé ni. Bàbá Akíntóyè ò kì í ṣe leader the whole Yoruba, but is a leader of his own within the Yoruba as an elder statesman. But within the Yoruba movement, Baba Emeritus is our leader. But within Pegbugule Yoruba, no, it's not. Baba Adebanjo ni. And constantly argue with Baba Fashion Tea or something like that. No, Baba ain't hand over fún Baba Adebanjo. Ìjà tó kàn ní pé Tinubu ṣekúṣẹyẹ bomb bastard. Ó lo ẹran tí kò lọ sí ọ̀dọ̀ Baba Fashion rántí ibẹ̀ lọ ti lọ ka Yorùbá anthem. Ó fẹ́ fi ti Baba Adebanjo lójú ni. Baba Adebanjo yẹ fún àwọn lè endorse because àwọn bàbá yẹn mọ Tinubu dáadáa. Politics burúkú ló ń play Nigeria. Politics olóṣì, politics tó lè ṣàǹfààní fún gbogbo wa. Àwọn kan mi tí bàbá yẹn sọ, a lè máa sọ síta. So I just pity, so àwọn bàbá yẹn ìjà táwọn jà ni pé kí a tẹ̀ padà sí restructure, ká tẹ̀ padà sí stage yẹn. But àwọn olóṣèlú àwọn kan tán àwọn bàbá yẹn ni. Àwọn bàbá yẹn endorse wọn títí. Lákọ̀ọ́kọ́ Tinubu was on exile. UK bíbá ẹni Tinubu gbé. Exile ló wà nígbà tá Abacha fi pa, ó sá lọ. So people thought that ẹni tó jà nígbà yẹn nígbà tó dé, òun lẹ́ẹ̀kọ́ fún ní opportunity yẹn. And as whatever God, Eledumare, Jesus, Muhammad can wish, Tinubu got there and the rest is history. kò mú Ṣìngbáì padà wá sí Nàìjíríà nígbà tó dé padà. Ṣìngbáì kò wá. Bọ́mà lè ní politics. Ẹ lọ wo Ìbòrí tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ ní counter ní London tíyàwó ẹ̀ lọ nọ́ọ̀kì olórí burúkú náà. Politics ó máa di olówó bí yẹ̀pẹ̀ ni. Ìbòrí was charged here for fraud on card. Ìyàwó ẹ̀ lọ nọ́ọ̀kì nínú store bí àwọn tó lọ nọ́ọ̀kì ni I think Ìbòrí ló ń ṣiṣẹ́ lórí counter lórí till. Can't remember whether but ìkànnì wọn ṣá. Kò tí ẹni tí pé kí mi lọ sínú store wọn á lọ ná ike tó ń ṣe tèmi. Ìgbà tí Ìbòrí lọ sí ẹ má bínú pé a tún divert a little bit. Ìgbà tí Ìbòrí padà mo fẹ́ ká comment this day Afẹ́nifẹ́re should have aligned with Professor Banji Akintoye. That is what we are expecting them to do after the election have failed. But bàbá yìí sọ pé Nigeria will continue, Nigeria struggle will continue. And I'm thinking kí ló ń ṣe àwọn àbáyé mẹ́. Àwọn bàbá ọ̀dọ̀ ìṣẹ́ta lè má sọ̀rọ̀ sí. Tó bá yẹ pé mo tẹ̀ tí rí wọn is a different thing. Bàbá tí mo ti rí ni. Ìjọ kan tí mo ń sọ̀rọ̀ kan tó fẹ́ẹ́ fi ta lù wọ́n ọkọ̀ Koiki ọmọ mi I've met him tó ń ṣe nǹkan mo délé wọn níjẹ̀bú igbó very beautiful house but generator ló ń tàn and the whole environment is smelly olówó kan láàrin olóṣèlú kò make sense. Àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ ní pé mọ́tò tí bá mi gbòó máa ń drive àwọn mọ́tò tó da tó dúró dáadáa ni ọ̀nà lè bàbá yẹn ọ̀dà àlọ́bà gàbà gòbò. We spent time with him 2-3 hours. Gbogbo àwọn gọ́vnà pátápátá tó ń bá bàbá yẹn sọ̀rọ̀. Àmọ́ tó sọ but like I said I can't say so many of those things abẹ́kùnrin yẹn wà. Each of your governors mo mọ bí tí wọ́n láì sí lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation. So irú àwọn East Timor they had Fratellin tó ń jà fún wọn ìjà kan tó ń jà ní pé ẹ káàbọ̀ yàrá Bùsáyọ̀. Ìjà kan táwọn Fratellin ń jà I'm talking about East Timor ìtẹ́báṣẹ wọlé ẹ lè má wò pa níbo ni Koiki ń lọ tó ń báyìí. East Timor independent they got their independent on the May 20th 2002. Ta ló sọ pé àwa náà lè gba independent wa lọ́dún yìí ta ló sọ pé a lè gba ní next year but it's subject to àwọn olórí burúkú politician. Àìrètí bẹ́ẹ̀ tá bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí lágò mọ́ra wa lórí táwọn apáyín sínú ilé ẹ máa understand pé tá a gbé dání ìkànnì ṣeré but bàbá tó ẹni náà ẹ má ṣe yẹ̀yẹ́ mọ́ mi. Àwọn ọ̀bẹ yín ṣe ẹ má lọ pa àwọn èèyàn kọ̀ọ̀kan sílé ẹ má kí ẹ̀jẹ̀ tó jẹ́ pàwàlà tó máa lọ máa tẹ̀jẹ̀ sílẹ̀. And this is why politics is bastard. Ìbòrí tó ní Ṣìngbáì ó dé Nàìjíríà ó di governor nígbà tí Ìbòrí sí ẹmọ tí Ìbòrí ṣe fáwọn British tí British fi deal pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ tọ́básanjọ́ ṣekúṣẹyẹ bàbá burúkú yẹn òun ló hand over Ìbòrí fún Britain. And moreover Ìbòrí was travelling on a British passport out of Nigeria to Dubai. Ó stupid gan. Kò bá má kúrò Nigeria. Tó bá yẹ pé Yar'Adua kú ni, Ìbòrí would have been like Tinubu of Nigeria, of Yoruba land. Tó bá yẹ pé Yar'Adua kú, Ìbòrí was already a very powerful politician. When Ìbòrí traveled back to the governor, ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí deal pẹ̀lú àwọn all this oil, blah blah blah, tó jẹ́ táwọn Britain. Àwọn Britain àwọn òpá ta ló ń kọ́ọ̀tì jẹ àwọn ní state Ìbòrí àwọn pé oil producing state ní Ìbòrí ti ṣe governor. Ẹ̀rọ àpẹ British gbogbo wa lọ ní fáìlì wa lọ́wọ́ just like bí wọ́n ṣe ní fáìlì Tinubu lọ́wọ́. Ṣèbí ìbáyìí ní Tinubu ń gbé àwọn ọmọ orílẹ̀ jẹ wọ́n mọ gbogbo orúkọ tó lò. Ìlú yìí ni mo mọ̀ pé tó bá sọ pé àmọ́ Ọláyọmí Koiki tọ́lọ́pàá bá dẹ̀ dúró tó bá tún sọ pé John nìyẹn that means pé Ọláyọmí Koiki alias John tó bá tún dẹrú dúró ń jọ mi tó bá ní Titus nìyẹn Ọláyọmí Koiki alias John alias Titus. They continue to merge it together. So eventually, ó gbé fáìlì Ìbòrí jáde. Ìgbà ni bọ̀bọ̀ ìgbé now. But Ìbòrí was already a governor. Immunity. Kò sí nǹkan tó lè fi ṣe. And eventually Yar'Adua died. Ibi tọ́wọ́ Ìbòrí ti bọ́ nìyẹn. And British wanted Ìbòrí to be returned back of extradited wá sí UK. Ìbòrí was not smart or probably whatever. Ó sá lọ sí Dubai. Nígbà tó dé Dubai ò ní treaty pẹ̀lú UK. Tó bá Nigerian passport ló lò lọ, but British passport ló gbé dání. British sọ pé náà ọmọ wa ní ọmọ tiwa ní wọ́n ṣe send the details lọ sí Interpol ti Dubai nìyẹn táwọn yẹn rí pé ọmọ British nìyẹn they go wọ́n ṣe gbé bíbọ̀ ṣe wá ṣe prison sentence ní UK nìyẹn o. So but what I'm trying to say is Nigeria is a system where you can leave your shore anywhere or in Nigeria and tomorrow you can be big man. So Afenifere do not have Afenifere have the potential to communicate with all the Yoruba people around the world. We have 20 minutes. Well, time going to fair to buy. So we'll probably just stick with the 3 hours. So 20 minutes we have left on the program. Afenifere can push every Yoruba people and say, Atik Biyonju, Lati Niki Nigeria politician and Woloselu, because they need Afenifere needs our Yoruba politician to speak on their behalf. Isha Afenifere niye. They are meant to use our Oloselu láti push narrative pé a fẹ́ restructure of Nigeria. But àwọn olórí burúkú àwọn olóṣèlú gbogbo wọn pátápátá they were not interested in that. But wọ́n máa ń kàjọ àwọn bàbá yẹn wọ́n sọ fún wọn pé tá bá ti débẹ̀ a máa ṣe but eventually they did nothing. I'm not talking about from federal. I'm even talking about from the state level now. All our representatives should be like the Franklin of the East Timor to represent aráàlú pé independent la fẹ́. Ẹ mọ̀ pé mo ti sọ ibi tí wọ́n ti jà nínú ìtànkálọ̀ lórí Wikipedia. But let me just quickly push a little bit more. The 1991, there was what they called Dili Massacre. Kí ló mean? The Dili Massacre means that the Santa Cruz Massacre was the murder of at least 150 East Timorians pro-independent demonstrators in the Santa Cruz Cemetery in the capital of Dili on the 12th of November 1991. Awashin prepare transition from Olori Buruku Babangida, excuse me, because Babangida ni a push Olori Buruku military ẹ máa lọ àṣẹ military mọ́ military dictator òun ló sì ń jẹ́ ká máa bẹ̀rù títí dé because the military were there up to 1993. Babangida àti Abiola wá jọ sọ̀rọ̀. Abiola no fún ní assurance according to bá ṣe gbọ́ pé tó bá contest a máa gbélé fún ẹ. But MKO ti gbàgbé pé ṣekúṣẹyẹ lòun náà ti balẹ̀ jẹ́. Babangida wá ń dúró dè lókè lọ contest kí n máa rí ẹ. Ó gbọ́wọ́ Samedo gbogbo ibi tí wọn náà ti ṣe ọ̀tẹ̀ tó ṣe fáwọn ọmọ Yorùbá lọ campaign. And we all love MK Abiola. Campaign MK Abiola lásán. It does not matter whether you're Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa, everybody voted for him. But Babangida Andro de Loke. Lọ campaign. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, Yami Olushola Davids, Aluta Continuani. Eventually, MKO won the election straight. Ó win election yẹn. Kí ni Babangida dẹ̀ ṣe? Ó ní wọn wà satisfied. Ó lo ọmọ Igbo, ó dàpọ̀ ọmọ Igbo lọ́nà lò. Ó fi cancel election yẹn. Dọ́là MKO jẹ́ president in Nigeria. You can see the merry-go-round. Ìyẹn làwọn kan ṣe wọ́n tún sọ pé every 30 years ṣé Tinubu máa débẹ̀. Ó dìgbà tó bá di May 29 ni ègún yẹn máa ré àbí kò ní ré. Because Tinubu ò tí débẹ̀. Ó dìgbà tó bá swear in ló ṣe débẹ̀. So ètùtù a máa lọ, àdúrà a máa lọ, oríṣiríṣi a máa lọ fún Tinubu bó ṣe wà yẹn. Ẹ̀rí tó rù padà wá láti Paris after 35 days. Mo kí ìyàwó Eunice. Yeah, I'm almost completing the 3 hours. Ó kù 20 minutes. So it is not today. Nígbà táwọn eléyìí tó ń pa wọ́n ní 1991, wọ́n pa wá náà torí olórí burúkú làwọn military. The military dictator that we had that led to campaign of election of MK Abiola, that led to again, ṣe rí nígbà tí wọ́n ti annul election Abiola yẹn, níbẹ̀ ló yẹ ká ti fi òǹtẹ̀ sí pé no more Nigeria. Olórí burúkú àwọn kan tó fi jalè. Àwọn olórí burúkú àkan lára àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá, àwọn bomb bastard. Ibi tó yẹ ká irú ìgbà yẹn ló rà pé irú àwọn bàbá ibà Gani Adams jáde nígbà yẹn níjọ́ náà lọ́hùn. Tọ́nà bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí sọ pé àwọn ò ní gbà. Kí ni wọ́n ṣe? Àyàn ọmọ Yorùbá, kí la ṣe fún wọn? alé bàbá yẹn léré, wọ́n mú sí prison, wọ́n fi ṣoríṣiríṣi, wọ́n fẹ́ pa. Láàárín ẹ̀ àwọn kan tó tara wọn. Gbogbo àwọn Fáyẹmí tẹ̀ ń rí yẹn, they were part of Nadeco. Àwọn Nadeco kan dúró náà, wọ́n náwọn ní àwọn kan ṣe ìsọ̀rọ̀ against Tinubu náà l'Amẹ́ríkà. Wọ́n mọ̀ àwọn òǹgbà àwọn bàbá kọ̀ọ̀kan máa wà. Some of them, àwọn wa ń jàjà Yorùbá nation, ẹ wá ní kò ní wọ́n ní infiltrate wa. Wọ́n infiltrate wọn nígbà Nadeco. Because they should have fought and said no, that is the end of this messed up country. But they failed us. And then they, àwọn not that anymore. Àwọn òyìnbó ló wà behind wọn ló ń fún wọn ní strategy. Ẹ má tí jẹ́ kí ìlú yìí pín o. Ẹ jẹ́ fún Tinubu torí pé àwọn kan ti ń pariwo Yorùbá nation. Wọ́n máa da gbogbo ẹ̀rú mọ́ ẹ lọ́wọ́ o. Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbé. Wọ́n máa ṣe tán. Tó bá ti ṣe tán, wọ́n parabọ̀ lọ́dọ̀ yín. Ṣé Tinubu máa move gbogbo military barracks tó jẹ́ gbòógì? Á move ẹ̀ padà wá sílẹ̀ Yorùbá. Ẹ máa tanra yín. Gbogbo tó wà ní Jaji. My mom has been to some of those bases. Ní Jaji. Àwọn náà ní family tó ṣiṣẹ́ ní gbogbo bẹ́ẹ̀. Èmi ti gbọ́ Jaji yẹn ti pẹ́. So what we are saying is, it's easy for us to say Tinubu máa ṣe, but the problem tó wà nínú Nigeria ó ju ọ̀rọ̀ Tinubu lọ. So that is how far we can go tonight. I hope the message. Michael, only rejoice Africa. Michael, the Archangel and the great Prince of Israel, has been born in a black flesh and walking among us. The wonderful birth of Rev 12 is fulfilled in Michael, not Jesus. If not Michael, who? Mokia Fatima Yetunde. So, as I said, the politicians are just there, they just want to be relevant. Then I want to with the look on that one. They just want to be there, showcase, and some are just doing very well and all that. So I don't understand these people. What is going to happen after? Nobody wants to answer my question to that. After I said 2023 more, 2031, I will be 52. In another 8 years. But our politicians were olóṣèlú. They are meant to be the backbone of the fight for independence, even for the fight of restructure of Nigeria. But they are not fighting for that. Everybody's just fighting for their own pocket. Just get there, turn around. Everybody just fight for their own pocket. Mokiya Falashare. Gbogbo akon jà fún pocket one. Táwa náà bá fẹ́ jà fún pocket one tiwa. I would have done that. And by now, I come on me Koikimedia. Okay, I was watching Femadation. Most of you money, but one brilliant gun. O defend the Buhari to fi shetani. Femadation is an highly intelligent Yoruba man. Ipò tí wọ́n fún Femadation, ipò Gabashe wo ni. But they play politics. Femadation should be the senior media for Buhari, but they dropped him down below Gabashe. Ṣé Gabashe good ju ṣe wọn Abedation lọ ni? Mo kí yàrá grammar comfort. The political elite are our problem. Gbogbo ìtàmà ìdíta kò ṣe ń jáde Fúlàní pa wá. Àwọn elite wa ló pa wá jù àtàwọn olóṣèlú. They are the one killing us, and they have been killing us since 1999 till date. The whole of Yoruba land is in total. Because okay, it takes time to build Rome. Dear. Maybe that's why some of the Yoruba people are not interested in the breakup. So, but by the time the hunger, famine, I'm not talking about famine, Famine. I don't pray for all these things, but it's already happening. It's already happening. And we are all suffering it. Freezer lo wà ní, ó wà loaded ni. Bam. Owó oúnjẹ Yorùbá nation náà ni. Owó Yorùbá nation mo fi ra oúnjẹ sínú bẹ̀. Tí bá dẹ̀ ti jẹ tán, àní rówó mi. Mo kí Mr. Said Mele. So let us get the fact. Nobody hates any of our politicians, but their role to help, to support to walk towards where we can say that Nigeria can dissolve without a bloodshed. All of our politicians were. Think about table or see House of Assembly, àbí Senate níjọ́ Tuesday tó bá return back or whenever tó bá return back because holiday tí wọ́n náà máa ń pọ̀ báyìí ni. It will bring a lot of conversation. Or bí wọn dá tí Tinubu fẹ́ wọlé kí kan wá lọ sọ pé òun sọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation. Tinubu lè ní kó lọ yanjú ẹ̀ dànù. He will do that. So Ọlọ́run ọba Elédùmarè ló ní ìgbà ló lásìkò. Àwọn kan ní ẹ̀bọ̀ ta fún wọn ní time tá máa gba Yorùbá nation. I'm sure you know that Nigeria doesn't want to break. 63 years of us being together is a big task. Láàrin wa, àwọn kan ní no, ọ̀rọ̀ break up kọ́ ló wà nílẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣèṣèlú díẹ̀, ẹ jẹ́ ká tayò díẹ̀, ká ta lúdò díẹ̀, snake and ladder díẹ̀, ká ta sound, ká play, àwọn sound yẹn pọ́nà, èyí jẹ́ yóò jẹ́. And then 8 years. I know my age in 8 years. Kọ́lọ̀ fún gbogbo alẹ́ mi gúngún kó má fi kó pa wá. You will remember all these because in 8 years, if Tinubu is still there, by 2031, he will hand over back to the north. Bí àwọn Igbo wá ta ẹ̀pà ni. We might be saying our own. Tí mo kí ni views àwọn Biafra. Nnamdi Kanu is still being held in the custody. Báwo ló ṣe máa sọ̀rọ̀ Nnamdi Kanu? Ṣé wọ́n máa jẹ́ kó lọ kó travel out? Ó lè ní kó kúrò Nàìjíríà àwọn fi rí kó padà síbi tó ti wà kó máa lọ pariwo níbẹ̀. I prepare àmọ́ tó fi ṣe. Or they have a government in exile. Parties really sọ̀rọ̀ nípa government in exile. It might mean nothing to us, but they are preparing for something. If we are not going to do it, we cannot tell the Biafra what they're going to do. They will do whatever tó bá fẹ́ ṣe, and they have the right. Kò sí tó kan Biafra pẹ̀lú ọmọ Yorùbá ní Tinubu, sí tó kàn wọ́n rárá. Àwa ló kàn kò kàn àwọn, sí tó kàn wọ́n rárá. Kò ń ṣe gbogbo Biafra, kò ń ṣe gbogbo Southeast ló fẹ́ kí Nàìjíríà kò break o. Ẹ gbọ́ mi dáadáa. Wọ́n ń jà fún number 3 lọ́wọ́ báyìí nísìn. Ó dà pé Tinubu náà ń try láti play bí ṣe gbọ́ pé ó fẹ́ fi Igbo fi jẹ Senate president, even though àwọn not fi gbà. Tinubu á dẹ̀ máa sọ fún wọn pé ẹ má yẹ kí a tètè jẹ́ kí kíní kó bàjẹ́. Ẹja gbé fún Igbo kí tension lè wálẹ̀. Kò mean anything. Kò ń ṣe gbogbo Igbo ló fẹ́ kí Nàìjíríà kó break. Àwọn olórí burúkú tó ń support Peter Obi, tí Peter Obi fẹ́ lo agenda láti fi gbalẹ̀ Yorùbá. It's a fact. Gbogbo náà lẹ ti sọ. Peter Obi is not going anywhere. Agent àwọn West lòun. Tí ẹni kó wá dà nǹkan rú. Manipulator lòun. Bàbá 419. Olórí burúkú èèyàn lòun náà. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ jẹ́ influencer tẹ́ ń endorse Peter Obi. You're all born bastard. Peter Obi is not going anywhere. No court is going to change the election result. Kàkà kó change ẹ̀, Tinubu máa dá ogun sílẹ̀ sí Nàìjíríà. Wallahi ta'ala suma billahi la ilaha illallah. Tó bá change pé Tinubu kọ́ ni president mọ́ ní Nàìjíríà, that is the end of Nigeria. There is a lot of problem. Koikimedia will be here láti ṣàlàyé fún wa. But àwa tá náà fẹ́ Yorùbá nation, ìjà náà ti tàn. We are still on the fight. Kí ni mo mí pé ìjà tá à ń jà ìjẹ́ ẹnu ṣe ni. Àìtí yọ Kùmọ̀, àìtí yọ Kóńdó, àìtí báyọ̀ kankan jájú pé a fẹ́ lọ. Wèrè ni yín, ọmọ àlè nìwọ náà, kò ní dá fún ẹ, ẹ̀wọ náà wèrè nìwọ náà, ń ta òun síra wa. Bọ́jọ́ ta bá gbébọn jáde, ìjọ ilẹ̀ máa mọ̀ pa serious. But for now, ìbọn ìtì sí lọ́rọ̀ wa o, a ṣe ń fẹnu jà ni. But nígbà tí tàtàtà bá bẹ̀rẹ̀, tó kọ́kọ́ gba airport sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ kan, lọ́wọ́ Cartoon Airport, we only have 6 minutes. I'm going to end it to any 6 minutes. Well, if they plan a coup, it will still also be a problem. It will still be a problem. Toba plan coup, Tinubu maja. Omada walale. Tinubu cannot afford ni todoti not to get there. Even if it's just for him to be announced into Badeshele yen kobata. he has sacrificed a lot and is not ready to let go. Tinubu is not going to let go that position. Any maku, any maye. Oma survival because ayadanu, but adawalale. MKO had the opportunity to have done the same thing. I didn't know why he did not. He could have Kobonwale, Kabankonje, but MKO did not go through that route. I didn't know why. He had the connection, he had the money, he had the network. Tinubu is smart to MKO. So there's a lot going to happen. Film to chef Bereni, Netflix ini, popcorn ati, Coke ati, Sprite ati gbogbo la ma fi wo. But one thing is, we will give our own support to one person only and one person, Emeritus Adebanji Akintoye. He has sat down, he has thought about it, and he has said, Yoruba people, get the hell out of this shit Olori Buruku country. Oh, Mama Dragwa Pada saying, we'll be running all over the place, trying to settle down, or try to be in Nigeria, or trying to survive. And it is called survivor to the fittest. Ẹni tó bá dúró tán, ó ló máa survive in Nigeria. Tó bá ní family gan, ó lè jẹ wọ́n náà, àṣà àti ń rí. Ó bí now, lórí burúkú, I say make you build house for me, you know build. Bó ṣe wà lọ́dọ̀ Igbo, ló wà lọ́dọ̀ Yorùbá náà. Ìwọ tó ń wò mí tó ní kò kún ẹ̀, àkọsáré lọ Nàìjíríà jọ kan. Mo sorry gan, ó lè má padà dé o, kò ń ṣe pé. There is a lot of ones that are ready to eat us. Wọ́n wò mí báyìí náà, máa bọ́ nlé, ní kankan tó fẹ́ mú nlé. For now, Mawale, my name is on a high list. Tibale Mawa Olemo. Because our picture kan wá tí mò ń jù síta. Èmi náà ṣe lọ ni, ti lọ bẹ̀rẹ̀ mo ti dé. Mo ṣe dé ni. That is how far we can go. We'll be back again later on in the afternoon if I have the time. If not, or to the Monday. I want to go out on Monday. If it will be on my Dagburu. I love the May 1st. I'm in China on the UK Lenkon, the McDonald's, so I will film. But for now, may Nigeria not be like Sudan. I don't pray for war, but I believe there's going to be one. It doesn't matter how you take my conversation. If it's not the kind of conversation you're expecting, I'm sorry, I can't help you. Yoruba nation for life. No going back. Igbo no going back. No going back. No honey. And on that note, officially, I say, I couldn't get Igbo to say the video we normally play because I'm not using my full software today. But we love him so much. I'm an Ife Kuni. Anything sorrow anyhow, no problem. No Igbo, no Yoruba nation. Tobe en moso. Ogungongoni, omotonso. And then bye for now. Anthem. I think I have about 2 minutes. Let's play the anthem to close the broadcast. And that will be for it. I want to leave it. They're used to it anyway. Voice
National anthem of the newly formed Ududua Nation.
Mo ní lọ sí Scotland yard ẹ má wọrí ìyá yẹn ti bẹ̀ mí. Ọ̀lẹ́ wá orílẹ̀ ìbí wá kàgbéga 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 fàlẹ́rì ìgbàgbọ́ láti bẹ̀rù. Kashishe, Kajola, Ìṣọ̀kan, ní kẹjẹ, ká máa lè tẹ̀síwájú, ọ̀pọ̀ ire, àtòhun ọmọ Oòduà. Bọ́ sí ipò. Ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀. Àwa ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀. Ẹ má bínú ẹ̀yin tí a jọ wà ní UK pé mo láti gbé yín wọ 5 a.m. Àwọn tó wà ní America àti Canada, I'm sure they're very, very happy. Ẹ má bínú. We try not to be so much late like this. Ó dàárọ̀. Bye for now. And those of you on the MixLR, Kemani Mokindada, I didn't mention you at all, but I know you're all there. We love everyone. Peace out. Bye for now. And everyone on the YouTube. Sonky, Henry, and the rest of you. Yami Fatima, Urayola Masun. Bye for now. And to my darling wife as well, I say thank you so much for staying behind. Dara.